earnings came in at 15 cents per share. Analysts' expectations were at 17 cents per share. And the CEO of the company, Eric Baker, said that StubHub is now shifting its strategy towards a direct ticket sales and advertising model. And for the current fiscal year, StubHub is expecting a revenue between $9.9 billion to $10.1 billion. And the company forecasts adjusted EBITDA between $420 and $520 million. It also paid down $150 million in debt in the fourth quarter, and management of the company said that it is expecting higher returns in North America.
Okay, so let's hold for a second. Yeah, you're still fine, Katina, man. We still have to talk about this one. So it looks like, as Sia mentioned, they're looking at shifting strategy. And I don't know how I feel about this, to their direct ticket sales and advertising model. That's going to reduce their reliance on third-party reseller inventory. I think that probably helps margins a little bit because that removes one of the middlemen. Okay, that's great, but that makes them more into a ticket master, right? So does that mean that they're going to have direct, direct lines of business channels with Live Nation? Because we know Live Nation and Ticketmaster are one and the same. So how does that work? Do they have exclusive events that only go through StubHub and negate Ticketmaster, or there's dual channels where it's listed on Ticketmaster and StubHub? I don't really understand exactly where they're going with this, but they're looking at obviously changing the business model, and you've got to assume they're changing the business model so they can make more money.
Yeah, but that's the issue, Sharif. You know the consumer already doesn't like these extra fees going through these third parties.
They hate it, bro.
They hate it, right? Because there's that upselling as well, too. As for Live Nation, they're already taking precautions on that front, saying in the UK, they're like, hey, man, you cannot sell these tickets above face value. So I think that's something that needs to happen, because these resale and just the uplifting and the upmarking of these ticket prices is really swaying some individuals and the consumer.
All right, guys. All right. How much we got? We got 2.5 in the bag. Huh? How many did we have yesterday? We had like 3 and change.
We can take tomorrow off.
We got 30 minutes?
But we can take tomorrow off the amount of time that they
all right, just before we go to the big guys, just before we go to the big boys, I want to let them know TPET is still going, guys. It's at 2.25 now. Yeah, this thing is all gas, no brakes. We were talking about this one at like 70-80%. It's doubled. It's 160 now. TPET, keep your eye on this one. Still holding. For Joseph and I, though,
I hope everyone had a good day.
I hope everybody had a fantastic day. And I'll see everybody shortly at the big desk.
Tina Man's still short from 50-50.
No, I'm long Palantir right now. Palantir right now is $1.40 in the money. We got the long off 150. This is my newest position right here, the long on Palantir. We still are short Nvidia, and we're still short the Qs, but the Palantir long is the gem. No, I was just saying, Joe, they can take tomorrow off. It's fine. We all have a certain amount of vacation days. You know.
Do you?
You know. No, I can't use one of my.
That ain't how it works.
Oh, I don't get any vacation.
This guy's
days.
like, let me use someone else's vacation day.
No, I should. I know I should have.
Get out of here, son.
These guys are right. I should have some vacation days. I mean, I think after all, we should have some vacation days. You're going on vacation, so that's nice.
Going to spring training next week.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about. Give me a sleeper team in the World Baseball Classic.
Sleeper teams?
Because I was watching yesterday. I saw Australia versus Taipei.
There's no sleeper teams.
Yeah, okay.
The U.S. team is absurdity.
So it's U.S. versus Dominican?
Yeah, cool. Well, Puerto Rico doesn't have all their stars. So, like, Puerto Rico's not going to be that good.
Venezuela.
Japan doesn't have their pitching staff, so it's the USA.
So when you guys
Americans are going to crush.
Right. So when you're at spring training, Vlad won't be there, or he will. Like, I don't know how that works, because it just started yesterday.
Yeah. So like, I think we have like Kirk is going to be gone as well because he's playing for Mexico.
Right.
But I think that's about it. Like Springer's not playing for USA, so that's good. So I'll get to see him. But that's part of the WBC.
And no, I just wasn't sure, because I was thinking, like, do they kind of like do inter-squad? Like, will Vlad still play, but then also play for Dominican? Like, I just didn't know.
Nah.
Like, does Judge still play for the Yankees if he has a day off? Or?
No, he'll be crushing bombs for the USA.
I guess so.
Trust me, the U.S. team, I don't know what the odds are, but I can't see them losing because Japan doesn't have the horses.
Yeah, I guess Japan would probably have been the next round.
No, their staff isn't as good. Like, their pitching staff is usually really good. They got Shohei, obviously, but...
Shohei's on the team?
No, but he
that
can't...
might be Team Japan.
No, but he can't pitch.
Right, because
he wouldn't get insurance for him to pitch, so he only
Right.
hits. So anyways.
All right.
But the market is definitely trying to pick up. The middle of the day, well, it wasn't really the middle of the day. When was it? When there was that headline about China and ships.
Was there a headline?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't China. It was whatever. It was 12:30. 12:30.
China.
And now the market's turning back around. So Nvidia's back over 180 when we got whomped. And now we're trying to battle back. I like Amazon because it had some earlier strength, and I saw a little bit of a bottoming tail candle that got me into this, but it was mostly shorts until we had this little reversal that we're putting in, so to speak. I'm also pretty happy that the Bills got ourselves a wide receiver.
Yeah, that was good, finally, because like I was saying, it's too bad because
You
last
have
year.
to. This is what should have happened last year.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, you can't keep on leaving Josh Allen with like Shakir and all these guys. You need to reward the players right there. Shout out to the Maple Leafs. They get a first-round pick today as well.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, right?
We're happy with that one.
I was just cheering it, not really knowing whether it's a good deal or not.
My Canada. Oh, my Stream Deck not working. Stream Deck must be down.
Neither is mine.
Yeah, I think they're restarting Unity, so Stream Deck also down. But I guess that's probably fine.
Oh, yeah.
Fabian's right here. Fabian just calmed everybody. He just came on. We're restarting.
No, I'm not going to be calm.
FYI, they're restarting.
Gotta get that phone.
All right, we just got out of NVIDIA right there, so let's just end that trade on NVIDIA. I don't think there's ever been a time where 3 straight days we had, my number one stock was NVIDIA. So, that short, right? Like short out, short again there, did not stop out against 184. And then the drop happened. And unfortunately, we didn't have a huge amount of shares, but we'll get out right there on that stop break. We should have got out right here when it broke through the 50-period moving average. That's kind of like what I was waiting for. And then we just got a little bit greedy and took that because we had the Palantir long. So I was kind of playing one against the other. But at the end of the day, they're both going to work out here near the end. So that's good. And then still the future short, which is from the beginning of the day. This was on the list. Boom, boom, boom. Just covering now the TQQs. So a couple shorts, a couple longs. And just glad to make that back on Palantir because you see what happened right here? That was a quick in and out when we were at the gym. 12 o'clock, spike up. Stop it. Okay, I have a story.
I knew.
I have a story to tell.
I knew he was gonna win.
No, I know, but I have a story to tell. And Randy, you don't even know the story, my guy. This is how funny it is. So I go to Randy. I'm going to Tim Hortons. You want anything? You want to come? Blah blah blah. So I go, and Randy goes, "Yeah, I'll come." I said, "Okay, I'm buying. What do you take?" Okay.
Okay.
So that was that. And I go, "Yeah, let me buy it on the app because you get an extra roll on the roll up the rim."
Obvious.
This guy goes, "It's roll up the rim. I didn't even know that." So I said, okay, he buys a coffee every day, right? It's been like this.
How do you not know that?
It's been like this for 2 weeks, okay? So anyways, and then he claims to be too tired when he drives in. So there's other issues there. But so then all of a sudden, he goes, "Let me go check the cup that I had this morning." So he grabs it.
Win.
And I'm like, dude, I've never won. You're probably not going to win. Rips the thing, winner. And then Gagnon again.
What did you
He
win?
won a donut. Here, give it to here. Maybe next time get this guy a. Sharif won't have a donut.
Don't give it to the one guy that will literally never eat a donut.
I was gonna say we can get a. I had.
Oh, now he's giving you the
where's
Carlton dance.
Oh,
come on, man.
Almost.
Everybody knows who's actually gonna eat the donut around here. I see what's up. No, you know who
what?
actually wants the donut.
Maybe we can trick Sharif and those Cadbury mini egg donuts. Maybe we could trick him and say it's an actual egg, and then he would maybe have it right there. But no protein available in the Cadbury mini eggs. Okay, so in about an hour or so when I'm done this, then with the drink you can win. Yeah, any drink gets you any.
Okay, so you can
tea.
get the protein
Yes.
with it if you win.
That's why I got it the other day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because I rolled up one and I won, and I got the protein drink instead of just a normal coffee. I'm cheap like that. If I win, I'm going to try to maximize it.
Yeah, that's what you should do. You should always try to win.
Damn,
that's why
Randy
if you win a donut, you should get like one of the big ones. Get
Donut.
something legit.
You can get a dream donut or whatever they have at Tim Hortons.
What the heck's a dream donut?
Oh, they have. So I think right now that's what I think is like a Cadbury one. So it's like a special donut based on.
I was about to look
something.
It up. Oh no.
Yeah. So you can look up what they have: dream cookies and dream donuts.
Close my newsfeed.
Damn Randy, man.
That's
This guy's always winning, eh? This guy Randy over here. All right. Well, that was a fun story. So yeah, welcome to Trader TV Live, where we are located in bright, sunny, not today, Toronto, Ontario. Yesterday was gorgeous, man. Everybody was outside like it was summertime. It was +5 or +6, and people out there in shorts. I think Joe wasn't wearing shorts yesterday. But that was a fun day. Today, a little darker. Seems like it's going to start to rain.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to get like a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Because it's threatening.
And that's why Tim Hortons is a QSR, if you're looking for when moon. Tim Hortons, When Moon. Out of Palantir a little bit more here, guys. Like, I'm not going to stick around. We're here for a good time, and a long time, actually. We started this at 1:30. So the fact that now it's 10 after 2, pretty long for your boy. I'll take another fill here at 10s if we can get it, which we do. Out. Low of the day on Palantir into the 200 period. That's for me, about as clean as it can get. We started long Palantir, then once we broke that little 200 period right there, we went short Palantir. That's where we left you. We tried the short again there, did not work, and then we came back, looked at this long, thought the market potentially could have turned around there. Doesn't look like it may not. Took the long there, Palantir. That's what it is. So, okay, more to come here. Sharif's gonna go through the rundown. You have Amazon.
Almost.
I don't know if that's a new position. I don't know if you want to.
Oh,
I don't even know what the price of Amazon is right now.
It triple bottomed at 217. So it was doing this, I don't know, whatever you want to call this at 217 earlier, and then breakout, then hold. It did a triple bottom. So once I saw these like lower highs, there was a nice little reversal candle, and so jumped through the break of the last one. I want to add to this actually. I'm thinking, it's a line on the chart. Like, if this is going to work, it should work into 218 quarter and 218 half. I feel like a break up should be an add and then a tighten the stop and then a play into that 218 half. Of course, it's the afternoon. We got to do the rundown, and Sharif is now ready, which means we are going to go to Sharif, and I assume I can turn back on my Unity.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome everyone to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every single day. CNI, we're locked and loaded. The big boys, Neil and Sean, they're locked and loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as cited by you. But the only way to get your tickers on the Afternoon Rundown, Fabian made this. And he told me you got to throw in that $ before the ticker of your choice. But make sure to vote, guys. We're bright and early now, 8 a.m. We're live, and you can vote from then on. All right, let's look at all four major averages to start here. They're all in negative territory. Recovering, not really, a little bit here. The Qs, the triple Qs, that is, they're down 1.17 with the SPY faring a little worse, down 1.25%. The Dow is the one that's really getting hit here. The DIA, the ETF, down 2.15, and the IWM, Russell 2000 ETF, coming into those lows that we saw yesterday, 254 and change. It's also down over 2.5%. So the major average is not faring well on the day. But MOBX is, MOBX, guys, another day, another first. This is first here on the trader watch list. It had a big couple of days. It keeps coming into that 112 area. Why is it up today against you?
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of context, MOBX Labs, it secured a significant U.S. Navy Tomahawk missile component order, as we know it, just of 2 days ago. But as of today also, it received new orders as Gulfstream aircraft production is continuing, and that's all I can find today.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Commercial orders there. Well, the boys will look at the technicals, of course, but the way I see it here, this 110, 112 area, guys, we rejected it in the afternoon yesterday, and we're rejecting it again today.
Yeah, you know what? This was a disappointing one. I guess I'm assuming TPET is going to end up on the rundown because of what it's doing, because it's actually a rocket ship. This is a huge disappointment. Slap to fail. It should have been $1 short. I left you guys in the morning saying, hey, look, it's starting to hold that VWAP. If it breaks the buck, we'll look for a breakout at 110 and blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. Who cares? You should have just shorted the dollar. So what are you going to do? It looks like we're headed down. So there might be, did I pay for locates? Probably not. I don't think I was. Oh, I did. At some point, I decided it was worth having locates. Now, this could be a trend trade back into 75, 80, I would suppose. It's got a flat bottom break that I don't like, but maybe shorting pops into 90 cents could make sense. This isn't the small capper this afternoon that I think everyone's going to be interested in, unless you're looking short. So if you're looking short a small capper, this is probably your cup of tea, little downward trend after failing a buck. But I know the next one on the list, very likely to be a huge runner, and that's that TPET or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key thing when you're looking at small cap is you got to make sure that volume is still there. And if the volume is down, I mean, we had Luis come on a couple of times. You probably heard these guys talk about it all during the midday. Trend is one thing, but you got to have some other people interested in it as well. And that MOBX seems to have a little bit of interest. Let's just see if it's acting that way for the rest of the day. Yeah, I mean, the next name is probably a little more interesting for many of you guys. Let's go back over to the desk, hear about it from Sharif. And then I just want to say how we get these from, and Sharif just sort of did a one over there. You just got to vote, put in here, $, and then it'll come up, and then we'll go over whatever we choose from this. Looks like there's a lot of small cap names maybe coming to a show near you. BATL, probably going to be talked about very, very soon, so stay tuned. But that's how you get the votes in there. I just saw there is 12 days, 23 hours, and 44 minutes until the next Fed rate decision. How exciting is that?
No decision. No cut.
Anyways, 12 days, 23 hours, and 44
No
minutes.
rate change.
Over the desk.
Where the hell is that thing, bro? Oh, no, sorry. Oh, I didn't know that you guys were honest. Okay, sorry, guys. All right. I apologize. TPET, Neil kind of prefaced this one. This is an absolute rocket ship, up 183%. We were all over this on the midday show. This is an oil name, though, right, Sia?
It is an oil name. There's nothing major going on over here. Oil stocks are, in general, up almost 7% today. But it's just all I can find right now is that they filed a Form 8K with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission.
Yeah, typical, guys. As Sia mentioned, USO here at the day high, 98.37, up over 7%. I just want to give you guys a couple of headlines coming in. The U.S. and Mexico are launching a review process for the USMCA known as CUSMA. So something to look out for there. But TPET, boys, up big.
We're talking about TPET.
Okay.
Oh, up huge. It's a squeeze going on. INDO is also squeezing. But it looks to me, okay, it just made another one of those topping tails. Each topping tail in the last, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times has been a buying opportunity. It is getting into the zone on the daily chart where you have the most bag holders. Right, like these pops into the 240, 250 have been where the bag holders have been, but it's been doing these deep pullbacks. Unfortunately, it'll be a new trend line, even though I got the old one drawn. If it does a huge dip, I'm leaving the all-day trend line in, like a monster dip, 190, like a potential halt but doesn't halt kind of deal would be the 190 level. So I'm going to leave that one in there just for like maybe a snapback, but only if it doesn't halt. If you can manage to get there without some kind of a halt, I think you can get a little bit of rubber band action. But I guess we just jinxed it because this is the biggest pullback that it's had in quite some time on TPET. Look at them buy that room right back up. Yeah, but I have the all-day trend line. It'll be about $1.90. If I ever see it get into there without halting, I think that can be a nice little shot.
Yeah, I was just going to say something similar about...
See, he walks past and your screen goes off. It happens to me all the time.
How is that even possible?
It's Fabian as dark magic.
Okay. I was going to say, just look at the volume right now. Finally starting to pick up a little bit. Was pretty dead for a minute. It picked up again at 1 o'clock. Now it's picking up again at 2 o'clock. We just had the highest prints of the day right here. Seems like that's like probably an exhaustion candle to that high side here. So I would just be a little careful with TPET here into the close. Definitely seems like it's running out of a bit of steam here as we go. So yeah, TPET doesn't look like it wants to continue to go higher. But good news if you're not in this, it's coming right now into the 50-period moving average, which has been good since 12. So that would be an area here that if you want to take a try, you might as well take it at 210. If it breaks 2, then you can scram. But it looks like it's a decent opportunity right now for TPET on the long side, giving you potentially a decent trade. Looks like it's about to break 2 right now, but that we haven't done this yet. So there's the first break of your 50-period moving average. It's only happened once, twice, and then whatever. I guess I'm not even sure that's a break there, but that's pretty decent there into VWAP. This is the thing, if you break now, getting into VWAP's a problem. But there it goes, man. We said you could take the 211 against 2, so far so good right there. There it is, already 1-to-1. So if you took that, maybe you want to cash it out, but so far so good there on that trade. Maybe I should trade some more small cap names.
Tina Man, down 1.25 today is Nvidia. We'll get to the main headline in a second, but Tigris Financial Partners did maintain coverage with a strong buy on Nvidia at a price target of $360, despite the fact that it's down on the day. Tell us why, Sia.
Yeah, so like we talked about earlier in the show, so NVIDIA is reportedly halting the production of its H200 AI chips that were destined for China. And to give you some context on this, in the earnings call last week, the CFO of NVIDIA, Colette Kress, said that the company is yet to generate certain revenue from China despite having the U.S. approval to transit and transport these ships abroad. She also added that she was not sure if any of these imports would be allowed by China itself. So this is a fitting headline for it, just an update. Absolutely. And the company has shifted manufacturing, its attention to the manufacturing capacity at Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing away from the H200 chips and more towards the next generation of Vera Rubin AI hardware.
Yeah, they're definitely looking towards the future there, guys. On again, off again with Nvidia and China.
Yeah, this is, it's like such a crazy back and forth here. The good news is you're going to be above 180 again, which I think is going to be pretty key for Nvidia, especially, let me zoom this in, especially post earnings. We've already made this temporary bottom here on Nvidia. It was right at that 175 mark. The 200 period is held. So the fact that we get a negative headline and we hold the higher low, great sign, right? We hold on to this 178 area, which is the higher low from earnings. Now it's a matter of closing above 180. Still some issues breaking out 184. Like it's not Friday, but getting into the end of the week, you're gonna get closer to some of these big levels, which will have a little bit of a gravity towards them. And I think that 180 could be it. If we lose this trend since the bottom, underneath 180, it's probably a reversal into the close. But as long as it holds, I think you're looking upside. And as long as this is holding, I think anything tech related is probably a good turnaround long, because Nvidia is kind of leading us the way here. U.S. Interior Secretary said that all options, including buying oil futures, are being looked at. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're trading oil names,
yeah, why not?
Pay attention.
All right, so this is now 1, 2, 3, to check back what was going on Monday, but this is now 3 days in a row that Nvidia has been my #1 stock. And I mean, yesterday, 2 days ago, we were short. Yesterday, we were long. Today, we're short. And it's just like, that was it right there. Boom, downside, downside, stopped out. Take that fill there. Try to hold it for as long as we can. I wasn't here when this was happening. So downside there, breaks out. Once I got back, it was around 1 something. Then I just put a stop at this level right there. So yeah, so that was a great one there. Short 184, out 1.8. That's $3.50. This is just about $1 and change. That's a 182.50. That's a 180.50. So that's $2 there, another $5 or $6 there, and a little bit there. So yeah, no, not $5, sorry, $4 there on the way down. So yeah, it's been a good day for Nvidia. I feel the same way that I always have, and that is like, we talked about this, sadly, every single day, and that is that Nvidia is in a zone right now, and that range is not going to break. I mean, I don't know why it can't go up or down from here, but it seems to be stuck all the way back to the middle of the summer. Man, like these levels are just been holding, and the top levels have been holding. Only time we spiked above it was on earnings. So Nvidia just kind of a waste of money, man. Honestly, the last 10 months, not a waste of money, like literally a waste of money. It's just been sitting there. You'd have been better off buying all those coffees and trying to roll up the rim to win over here. But no, Nvidia, not great. Just hovering. At least AMD had its like ups and downs. Nvidia right now really just kind of hanging out. So yeah, not super exciting, but obviously one of my favorite day trading stocks, as I just mentioned. It's been a good one for the last little while, and we'll look at it again tomorrow. And even today, if it gets up to VWAP, we'll potentially short it, but I'm long Palantir. So.
All right, guys, BATL, Battalion Oil, another oil name, not surprising with the USO up 7%. Any other information here other than the fact that this is just an oil name moving, Sia?
It is just an oil name moving, and it's just a separate coverage notes on that was that it surged around 30% overnight as of March 1, obviously due to the U.S.-Iran tensions and the Strait of Hormuz disruption fears, but that's about it.
I don't know how you boys feel about this, but when you look at the half-an-hour chart, there seems to be a lot of selling at that 28, 29 level. What's the look?
Actually, I was just looking at the 15-minute chart. And I would agree with you. Like whomever was, I always say like the hedgies that are up there shorting this, because it's probably like that's who the big ones are that are likely shorting this thing. That's where they're winning. It was when it did the parabolic move and they were able to short this thing because they announced the offering and it tried to pop a few times through 28. Like it halted because of the halted down on this offering news, and then ultimately ended up going higher. I'm assuming lots of shorts in that 28 range. So it really needs to break out 28, if not 30, and then there's all kinds of room to go. Unfortunately, it's just not happening. So you're getting a bit of a trend break here. This is not one that I'd rather be short. I feel like I feel like you prefer this one if it squeezes and rips faces off the way it's been moving, but it's looking like it could lose that trend on the 15. But keep an eye on this. As long as the longer it holds up on volume without falling back, the shorts get a bit more nervous. And if it does end up taking out this 28 and then eventually that 30, you've got serious squeeze potential. Like on the first day, it went from 8 to 10 and then it gapped up to like 28 bucks. So these things can get ridiculously irrational when they break levels like that. You could see 40, you could see 50. I'm pretty sure. The only problem is there's going to be more hedgies that just take more shares short, so you have to make sure you bank your profit when you get it.
Yep, that makes perfect sense to me. I just wanted to say here, here we go. This is from Grunfeld. What's up, Grunfeld? How did Sean get 149.90 on Palantir? No, I mean, I know it's like a rhetorical question because the stock actually went there. But it was just, I was trying to buy this little zone here. So here's like, you know, we tried to go long here on that. I thought pulling back into the 50 period would give us something. Once it broke, we got out on that candle. So that was like a quick little 20-cent hit there. And then it fell back in, and I said, you know what, I kind of still like the long. I was watching the futures, and I didn't really see too much action. You can go back and look at it around 130. And then so I just, as we zoom back out, so there's the fills. We have 3 fills right there. Remember what I told you? It's first in, first out. So now I'm just holding these last bit of shares that we have. But yeah, I was just using that bottom. So it just, you know, sometimes you get it, and sometimes you have bad luck and you get ticked out at the top. Sometimes you have good luck and you make a bottom wicking trade as well. So that's what that is. And, you know, just so you guys know, we have a little small piece left, and I'm actually going to take out one more piece right here at 39s on Palantir as we break back down through the 200 period moving average right there on PLTR. So I was happy when we got it the first place. Then, you know, looked like we were losing it again, got another piece out, got it again, took out some on the top side near 152. And now, you know, always not expecting it to come back in, but here it comes right back in. So you got to sort of sometimes get in and out of your position when you see fit. And that's what we're doing right now on Palantir.
I had to throw this comments up because Chad, Chamath to open door investors. Utilize your capital losses for your tax return next year when it goes to 50 cents. He did not say that.
He's calling open door downside?
He did not say that. Chamath did not say that.
We must be throwing fire at Eric.
No, it's pretty jokes if you're out there and saying, yeah, you know, not so bad if you're taking losses because you can use that.
So he's firing shade at open door then.
Well, I guess.
Chamath said that, or that was somebody in our
Chad, is that actually true? That's my first question. I'm just curious, like if Chamath was. It's a weird one to take some shots and criticize open door because
I thought he's the one that brought open door to everybody.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But if that was actually true, it seems pretty. Maybe he's like tongue in cheek, and there's some kind of an inside joke that I'm unaware of. But let's get to the next name on the list. Could it possibly be another oil small capper? I'm guessing we're out of those and on to another.
Oh, boy, see ya. All right, SoFi, the next one on the list here. It's up 1%, much unlike some of these, most of these names on the market today. See, why are they up?
Yeah, so SoFi has selected if I'm right here, yes, the digital asset infrastructure company BitGo to support the rollout of its banks-issued stablecoin, which is the latest sign of growing momentum. And under this partnership, basically, I'm just going to go over it quickly. Yeah. BitGo will provide stablecoin infrastructure to services for SoFi USD, which is a US dollar peg token that was issued by SoFi Bank. And the companies have disclosed this today.
All right, guys, SoFi up 1%, looking a lot better than the breach of 17 from a few days ago.
He is, man. That's why they call him Scammer.
No,
like the guy's a scammer.
No, but like that's come on. Like you wouldn't actually say that. That's probably some kind of a joke, or it's like a fake account said that or something along those lines.
Yeah,
we're talking about
who knows? I'm just saying people.
No, I'm just saying like if I bought a SPAC because I believe in somebody, and then they told me when it was at $5, oh wait, don't worry, at least you can use the capital gains losses when it's at 50 cents.
Apparently this dude got divorced and blames. There's so much stuff happening in our chat. You guys can go have a look. We have no idea what's truthful or not. All right, was that SoFi? No.
Right, it was, right?
Was it?
Okay. I was about to turn on Ash Sharif. SoFi was bad, then it was good, then it was meh, and now it's just VWAP. Another day, another fail at $200 or $20. Hey, if SoFi goes to $200, we'll be happy. Another fail to get to the $20 breakout. So I'll call it disappointing, but an inside day nonetheless. So you're holding rounded bottom, holding some higher lows. I probably should like the short here again, if I'm being real about it, like last afternoon, because you're getting these lower highs. I might jump back to this. Well, yeah, forget it. It's not breaking $20 today, so let's forget about that for a minute and talk brass tacks, like lower high, top, lower high, lower high. I was on this earlier, and you just put another lower high into here off the 19 level. So I feel like shorting this back into this little trend, which I will now hit save on, will make sense. Just scalp it into the low. It kind of trended down all afternoon in the same range yesterday, so there's room for this to get lower on SoFi. Ultimately, disappointing post-earnings. I don't know what else to tell you. It's trying to make a bottom, but it hasn't been able to take out the resistance at 20 on the way up. So until it breaks a 20, I don't think you get any big secondary moves on SoFi. Not bad, flat today. I'm not sure why it was so interesting. There's some scalp trade opportunities there.
SoFi, so interesting. SLV right now just took out the day's low. This was on our watch list, and it was just so crazy because I'd written down 75.50. That happened twice there. Nowhere near happening now. Again, you represent VWAP so well on that trade, man. I mean, that's my, my most favorite style of trading is waiting for something like that to happen. And I'm actually, like, I was sitting back here at 1:30. I wish I would have seen that. Or is that when me and Randy were having our escapades? But anyways, that was a nice move there, downside. So I would really like to short this if we can get back anywhere here to 74 and change. So that would be a trade that I'm looking at right now for silver. And yeah, I mean, the bank stocks have not been great today, right? I mean, SoFi is one example. And last time I looked at it, and I haven't looked since, I have no idea, but Robinhood was breaking that 80. There it goes, I was going to say. Robinhood was breaking that 80 marker, and we tried Robinhood earlier at that spot at 80.50 when it was the day's low at that time, and it worked for a minute, then it didn't, and then we lost 80, made the move down into 78.50, and now that's the low, right? And so this reminding me right now of something that we did on Palantir. Be patient, wait for, it's a good thing we started to get out of that Palantir. It's coming back in, by the way, and which probably won't reload that until under 150 if it breaks 150. Robinhood right there was a great opportunity to take a shot, at that low holding. And if you're able to do that, you could have maybe given yourselves, I mean, whatever risk you want to give yourself. I always like to say, like we did on Palantir, there was the low of the day back up to the 200 period. And that's pretty much what worked there. So that's 78.60. So at that time, 79.60. So that's about $1. So if you're always looking for 4-to-1, 3-to-1, something like that, you want to give yourself about 30 cents, and that would have not broken. So there it goes. That's a great move. And I would have said the same thing if you're up to VWAP today. There it was right there. How gold was that? And again, remember, right off the open, the first 10 or 15 minutes, very, very difficult to use any technical indicators. It's more of a momentum play. And now you're more interested in that. And that hit around 9:45, 10 o'clock actually, were those shorts. So yeah, man, good day for not a good day for Robinhood, sorry, as it breaks lower, triple the Nasdaq, not good. All right, well that is over now, the rundown, and we want to thank everybody for voting. I wanted to have a quick little look here back at Netflix, another stock that I looked at earlier, not a stock that we really day trade on here too much, so I was waiting to get a bigger winner, which we did, and Netflix actually turned out pretty good, pretty much 10% out every time there, and we lost our last 10% when it broke the 200 period moving average at 98. Look at that, man. We got to 100, and this is what I mean right off the jump, right? And then it failed off of that. So we've seen, Tesla fail at 500, I don't know, Apple 275, or like there's always key levels that come into play, and it looks like today was no different, man. Forget about these moves. That's $100.20. The retrace back up stops at 100 flat right there. It stops at 100 flat, and then for no reason other than pressure to the downside, it sells off about $1 and all the way. I mean, that's just one candle $1. The ultimate low there, this is when we picked it up, 98.30. So it drops down $1.70 in about 5 minutes off of a touch of 100. So Netflix is very, very interesting, man. I think that if we can get back to that $100 level there, definitely look for it to break long through there. And if it doesn't, you can get out pretty quick so this does not happen. But that's going to be a good, interesting supply zone up there for Netflix at $100. You always look at
Could get there tomorrow, man.
WBD. I don't even know what the price of that is.
It's getting to the point where every day it goes lower, and it's like you're getting such a good premium. I still have seen no indication that they've changed the expected close on this. It's being priced as if it shouldn't close till the end of next year. It's a $31 cash deal, and you're trading underneath 28 bucks today. So, I mean, you guys do the obvious math, and that's a pretty good return. The risk-free rate, assuming the old close date, which was supposed to be middle of this year, the risk-free rate's in the 30s, but you know that only means so much. Like I would use that. You can only use that if it's short, to short into it if it gets there. It's not at the point where I'm like automatically I want to start buying this thing, but I could see it falling further, where there's just almost like this has gone too far down. I'll buy it and assume they close. The FTC came out saying that they didn't really expect there to be many hurdles. FCC, sorry. And if that's the case, then why not pick it up? But again, it's only 10%. But if you can get that 10% in less than a year with a portion of your capital, some of these plays are good. If it does something egregious, the only example I'll use, if I see an egregious move like what happened with the Robinhood WonderFi deal, mentioning this one last year, like this was just bizarre and nonsensical. Because this one it was like 36 cents cash, and there was no chance. Like it's basically.
It hasn't closed yet?
It's not supposed to close till the middle of this year.
Oh, okay.
But it's like pocket lint for Hood, so why wouldn't it close? Literally, it's like pocket lint for them to be able to buy WonderFi. And it was chilling where it should have been, and then just tanked 40% for no reason. And there was no news. They just moved the closing date by 6 months. And somehow that meant 40%. And now you got a free 25, 30% back, and it still has another 10% to go. If I see WBD do that, then I'm going in my TFSA, and I'm going to be buying it. But it's not quite at that point where I would consider it. Just going right back to, if it was Westermeyer, Mr. Westermeyer was asking, what's going to happen to these futures? I can't see us getting a rally off the lows if NVIDIA can't hold 180. Like, that's been that key price all week long. Well, most of the week anyways. Pretty sure most of the week. And 180 barcode here, breakout there, dip buy there, tried to hold earlier. If we can't hold it now, then we'll probably head back in to said downside. And as we do, oh shoot, there was a trend break happening in Intel, which I'm probably not going to get picked up on here. Goes right into VWAP and is now trending lower. Intel sucked this morning. Not because I was in early and lost twice, but because I actually had close to the top and then got stopped out and didn't get anything back until it had already moved $1 down by the time I got back in it to make some back. So we'll try to get some back. I got half of it back, but it kind of sucked. I kind of had this almost dead to rights. We'll see if we can get this short into the volume weighted average price for this afternoon. But without NVIDIA holding 180, can't see what's supposed to bounce us much more.
Yeah, keep your comments coming into the chat. I'm going to take another fill here on Palantir as it just busts through 151 again. And maybe we'll wait for a top tick trade there. Yeah, for the futures, same kind of way. We'll have to wait to see if there's going to be. I prefer the long right now. I mean, I think we've touched it down here enough and not broken that, we should get going on the upside a little bit. And on that note, let's put a bid out here now on. I mean, the last time we took an out was right around here on TQQ. I'm going to take another one right now. So if my actions speak louder than my words, so if I'm going to start to get out now of my short, then I do think that there is a potential here. I don't like to break long to make money like for the rest of you. I don't know. Like we have the ability here to obviously use kind of like whatever share size we want. And if you we're only looking for a move back up into the 200 period, which is like 48.80, then I think that you could probably have a little bit of a rally that's going to start off that bottom. That gives you the right, risk to reward. But I'm not sure, unless we get some sort of a news hit or something like that. When the market's low like this in the afternoon, it's either got to come up to VWAP, like to play a game of like guessing. What winds up happening is you wind up like just basically spinning through because there's just not enough volume right here to make anything happen. So I'm going to sort of just ease back a little bit on my expectations for any major moves. Yesterday around this time, we messed around a little bit with Occidental, and this is actually looking like a great trade if we can get it. I just keep looking over here. I want to see if Palantir is going to fade off of 151. But right into there, 54, like that's pretty good, man. You got some areas here of support that are now going to turn into resistance. You came up into the 200 period. You hit the 200 period. You made almost new lows on the day again there. So another retracement up. If we can go back and forth with Occidental. This looks like a decent short there with a stop at the high of 54 bucks. So that would be a decent trade there. Oh, Bob, that dog. All right, so here, I'll answer the question. So TQQ, long or short? Grinning face. Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna say something, I would say short. Just like I'm still in the short myself, but I don't think we're gonna get to 25,000. That would be, I mean, it's not even that far ahead. It's not even that far up. But it seems like we've faded out too many times right here. Like the good thing about it is we have Adara behind us, and it's like if there's any sort of news that winds up hitting, then we can play the action on that. But for me, for right now, it doesn't seem, the volume's really light. Like you're at the lowest. Maybe, here, let me get rid of that. I was about to push the screen, and obviously I can't do that with my hand. Yeah, look at the volume here, Bob. You know, very, very light. You know, was that a call for me? Or?
I was like, you could flick the
screen.
I
was just gonna say, I have it plugged in my ear.
Just do this, and then the screen things start moving if you hit your.
Yeah, I was like, I'm too used to, we talked about the iPads. Like, you're just too used to pushing things on. But I mean, I don't think I would like to trade with my hands.
That's my daughter. If
you know,
she's like, what? It doesn't. I'm like, yeah, well, not all screens are like that.
That's what I found about the Tesla. That is a touch screen. So that was one of the things that, you know, right away was something.
It's great.
But anyways, Bob, that dog, I hope that helps. And you just said thank you, so I guess it does. But you got to wait for volume, man. And right now, there just does not appear to be too much of that. So, for me, it'd be a little bit of a pass on doing anything with the futures, which is why I'm pretty hesitant in doing anything. But we just got a little piece out, and we have very, very small piece as we watch out for Palantir. But we'll get into some trades. I just talked about that Oxy trade, just waiting for the scanner. I mean, we both have watch lists and scanners up, you know, through eSignal. You can get your scanners through TradingView or whatever you're scanning. Even P-Pro 8 has a decent scanner. And we were...
Oh, it's getting better?
We were emailed by like our basically CTO, and he said, what about these alerts? Which ones do you like? And there was like a list of 20. My response was very, very easy.
They were
all of them. I responded, and he goes, thank you. Yeah. I said, look, if you want to have a meeting, we can do that. But any alert is good for a trader, right? Because you're just looking for reasons to do something.
You can pick which ones you want to turn on and off.
Yeah,
so
you can vet them yourself. Like, if you get an alert, oh, this is crossing VWAP, and you take the trade 10 times, and it works for you once, okay, then you know you got to figure VWAP plus something else, or whatever, right? But
there's like a extreme volume and like whatever. You can do like average volume ones. Like there were stocks, it's like pullback from the high. Yeah. Like there's just, it was well done. And adding it to the platform, I think would be fantastic. Then you're not going to an outside source. This is an example of one is all. So this is a trade rate, which, okay, probably not unexpected. SPY, Broadcom, Tesla, Qs, Nvidia, right? Like there's not really a name that stands out that you wouldn't expect. EWY, maybe, I guess. We won't really look at that very often. IWM, so the South Korea ETF being on there is a bit different. But there's all, QBTS would be a little bit strange. But all of the top names, when they're the usual suspects, it doesn't really mean like there's anything crazy happening. So when something pops up there, like even that TPET, like this was probably the, oh no, what happened to, my black chart is deceiving me. It's missing a bunch of data. You saw that, it was missing half the day.
I didn't see.
Look at that one.
I believe you.
See this one's fine. Even TPET, it's coming into that trend line and just volume really slowing down. The good thing about this is look at what volume was doing as the stock was going up, right? Like it's not perfect, but it was definitely trending higher on volume. And now it's really tapering off. So you'd like to see this pick up a little bit, but it's getting to that all-day trend. So it's into the all-day trend, and all it would have to do is, you know, get a little bounce, break this little trend, try to get it through 210, and then it could go. But yeah, where is the volume? And all of these names, whether it's that or BATL or what was the other one? Indo.
TPET.
And MBOX or MBIX or whatever we're calling it, MBOX. In the afternoon, you want to try to find the one that's still going. It's not about the fact that it was good in the morning. Like there's going to be a select few that were still going. So I took this little trend trade on Intel. I mean, Amazon's trying to get through VWAP, so two things happening. One, Amazon's just barcoding under VWAP without breaking, but it's at least scalping into VWAP, which works. But the trend break on Intel broke the prior bar, so I'm out of that. Gonna hold Amazon because the structure off this 217 quarter is still working, so you know, go for that scalp trade as long as it wants to sit out there. So if you find some names that you're interested in, you know what we don't do enough of? I'm gonna reset the scanner, or the it's not the scanner, it's the visualizer.
Yep.
So we're gonna restart the visualizer. That way, for now, close to power hour, we'll be able to type in symbols. So nobody's typed the symbol in. I will start. I'll go, just because we were just talking about it, I'll go TPET. Oh, you know what? How about this? They report after the bell. They report after the bell. I'll type Marvell, and then you'll see that one pop up there. ACT. So if you're in the chat right now, type a symbol, $ that you think is cool or you think is moving or you're interested. Maybe you're trading it. Maybe you're watching it. Maybe it reports after the bell tonight. I don't know. Throw it in there and we can see which names are on the top. And if you're only listening and you're not in the chat, it's a subscribers-only chat. So hit the subscribe button.
Or bad.
Do it now. I pity the fool that doesn't hit the like and subscribe button. I used to have a button.
I have that one. I thought that's what was happening.
Right? I don't have that button anymore.
Okay, we have a new position. It may not be so nice as the market is trying to get going a little bit there. As we said, we weren't sure about what the market was going to do. Just a 1-unit trade that's going to be out in 15 cents. So Walmart, all right, like what's going on? What's going on with Walmart today, by the way, Adara? Walmart down 4%. Yeah, like bucking the trend of everything. We do know tonight that we have Costco coming through, but Target's not down 4%. Neither is Costco. Like right now, just I think this is an Amazon. Yeah.
A 10% owner of Walmart sold $136.45 million worth of the company's stock. The Walton Family Holdings Trust. So that's who sold the stock there.
I mean, the Walton family, like how many shares do they even have in the first place? But we're not rich yet, but we're getting there. There's a good trade. So we just talked about it, shorting it off that. And with a 15 cent worth of risk, we'll take that some out there at 90 off of a 98 short. And yeah, we'll just see. So that's VWAP. Not only was that, I mean, this one I'm not, okay, well, I was gonna say I'm not in love with it, but Palantir is the one going for me right now to the upside. Okay, Walmart, okay. Let's go. I mean, I know you guys are here, obviously, for the entertainment and for hopefully the discussion and all that kind of stuff. But this trade, this is the kind of stuff that I'm trying to do, right? Like, I'm always looking. We're both looking. Neil went through the scanner there. It's about trying to find trade opportunities. And I have no idea, like, where this is going to go. But there it is, man. That's now 20 cents on that, or 15 cents, giving us about that 15 cent one-to-one risk. So if we can even fall down just a bit more, I'm going to bid something ahead of 77s and then see if we can get out and then hold half and then see if the move on the Nasdaq wants to continue right there. You might say like, oh, well, this guy's going short something else. What about Palantir? Good question, Sean. As you talk to yourself again, Palantir goes right up there. We'll get another piece out. So there goes Palantir right here. Right to the 200, we have to get that out, so we'll take another piece out right there right now, and then we'll watch to see, playing with house money a little bit here on Walmart. Maybe I'll bid some 85s there. Oh, okay, well, we just got filled. So another out there at 85. We're getting less and less, man. We have 40%, sorry, we're out of 40% now. Looking for that fill at 75 to get us another 10%, and then we'll hold half for the rest of the trade on Walmart. But just a little quick one there as, thanks, Adara. That was a good point, be it with it being the Waltmans. And I don't think that that's enough of a reason I would buy. I mean, I was saying earlier.
Only $136 million.
Switching, I know, it's weird. Switching out of, Costco's actually down 2.5% too. This is into
let's
earnings.
See the reports. Costco doesn't move on their earnings.
I was going to switch out of Target and into, no, Costco. Well,
it's usually pretty boring on earnings day for Costco. Let's be real. It's not.
That part is true.
If I had to guess, and I haven't looked, so this is a guess, I'm going to say it's probably like 4% expected. I pity the fool that doesn't hit the like and subscribe button.
Found it.
There it is. I don't know why I don't have that button anymore. I thought I had that. Anyways, doesn't really matter.
Fabian must have just found it there.
Mr. T was the man. Is the man. What am I talking about? He's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's not passed away.
Yeah, he's still the man. I used to love the A-Team back in the day. Not that I'm that old.
Classic.
Absolute classic. The movie, Rampage. I forget who was. Bradley Cooper was in it.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Rampage Jackson played.
Right.
Yeah. B.A. Baracus. B.A. Baracus. Baracus in the building. One of my favorite is when he goes. There's a scene where he's just bench pressing, and he just sits there. He's throwing it around because whatever. It's not real weight. And he's like, more weight, and they just put more plates on. More weight. I'm like, it's not really how it works, and no one benches that fast, bro. But the guy was an absolute beast and a good quality human being. We got a super chat, but one quick adjustment.
I don't think we.
If we lose VWAP, I'm trailing out of this. I'm trailing out of Amazon at VWAP, and then looking for that 218.5.
We also got 5. I don't know if we can show. I don't know how to show this on the thing. We do have a super chat, but it was more this too.
Oh yes,
Adrian, thank you so much, man. 5 memberships going through, man. Yes. The memberships are $5. We really wanted to say thank you for that. You can go grab them there. If you have it selected, it'll just automatically assign to you. So thank you so much for all of that. And as far as, okay, here we go. There, I'll call it up because it's on the screen now. I would just say attention to Fabian back there, or Brendan. I don't know. I don't think we're doing 4K anymore.
No, we're not. We're
right?
not supposed, and we're not
right,
supposed
Fabian? Or Brendan? We're not. Okay, yeah. So we're not streaming at 4K. So what I would say to do is, just, this is what I do so it doesn't bog down my computer, but I'm doing multiple things. Oh, hey, Sharif, how you doing, my guy? But I would just go into here. Yeah, I'm just a little behind. I would go into here and just switch this. Like if you're having a problem, you can switch the quality. And I just have so many tabs open, and obviously we're hosting the show, I'm not watching it. So, you know, I just put it on 144p, and then it gives you this quality, and which really sucks, but it doesn't slow down your computer. So if you're having that issue with 4K, maybe lower your resolution. I don't know. And let us know in the chat if everybody else is having a problem, because I don't
also think, Chrome sometimes tends to
Well, that
suck.
was the other thing. I was going to say like restart whatever, but that seems like an easy answer, right? Like,
Chrome can be a pain in the butt.
Restart your computer?
I'll be real. I tend to have, it's like restart Chrome whenever you have too many tabs.
Anybody else? Okay, no problem here, says
lots of people say
Ichiro.
no
Jose
problem.
saying no problem.
No
Alex.
1080.
Okay, so there you go. Good. All right. Well,
All good. All good, which is what we want to hear.
glad to hear.
But yeah, thanks. We appreciate that super chat. For sure, with the memberships, that's fantastic. If you ever wondered what you get with the membership, for all of those that were able to grab it and catch it, then it is this morning note, Sharif morning note. See, I was already searching for Robinhood, so I can search. There's a better way to search. You don't have to do it that way. That's the old school way. You can actually just go here. I could find, say, American Eagle, because if I know what was Sharif the most excited to put on his morning note, it was probably American Eagle. I'm surprised there isn't a gigantic picture of Sydney Sweeney on the note somewhere, because that's how he rolls. But that's what you get with the membership. It's 25 cents a day, effectively. It's like $5 a month. And then every day, Sharif's, and you're going to be able to get this. It's pretty in-depth. I think it's like 14 pages today, maybe 15. So thank you for the gift of those memberships. And you know what? We're stalling out at resistance, and if that's going to happen, I don't want to move my trail just yet. I'm going to go for the quarters here if we can get them. The market, too, is very range-bound. Have a look at what's going on. Like, this is the ES. Like, if you're expecting, are we really going to break out of this? It's like 20 little points in here. 67.8 to 68, back and forth and up and down. And it feels like a Friday, the way that the volume and volatility has slowed down this afternoon. It's a Thursday, it's not, but it has all the feeling of a Friday in terms of just being
that's what I was
low
saying.
volume.
That's why I didn't want to make a prediction really on the futures there. I just don't really see anything going down. But instead we went flat on Walmart. Like, what am I supposed to do? Well, actually, we'll be down like $5 or something. I told you, man, I mean, being honest as I can, I told you we got out of 40%. We were holding 60%. It does take that out. So off of a short 97, we do get 11s there. So all good on, the reaction to that stock. And unfortunately, it does take the top. But I don't that was just a try. I thought it was worth it to get it all the way back to the downside. We were going to hold that last 50%, and that's what we tried to do, and just did not pan out. Oh, did not pan out. What about Pan W?
Pan W.
All right, let's have this is panning out nicely. We're $20 in the money now, off of 144. Yeah, CrowdStrike was a good little savior yesterday, as that bounced back off earnings. So that was a good little play. Palo Alto, we just added to our stockpile of Palo Alto shares a couple of days ago at 144. We were just really lucky to get that. And again, it just kind of came through there. And I do not believe that the SaaS wars are focused at all on cybersecurity names. I don't see how someone's going to, build a dashboard or a program or anything that people are going to trust, a Anthropic or whatever to give you the results that a cybersecurity program would. And, you know, we had that CEO ask, you know, can you build it? They said no. But yeah, that's that case. Oh, look at Walmart, man. Walmart just, see, this is what I mean about the low volume. That's why you're not trading with many shares here. We get stopped out at the top and then it just comes right back in, you know, to give us a little bit of a winner again if we had held it. So I feel like that could have been, you know, you think that it's like running your stop, but ultimately it just made a move higher, made a move lower. So that's the problem with trading on this volume. And we did take advantage of Palantir there at the 200 period, got another piece out. And I'm just so light on it. I'm just gonna get another piece out right here at 76 and just continue to watch to see if we could do something else. So put the names in the chat, man. TTD, I mean, that could be a good one. That Walmart's probably gonna fall down, especially if these futures, look at the futures.
We just came right back
starting to go back down. And you know what the futures did there? All they did was come right back into a spot where we should have taken them. Man, okay, well, we had no idea that was going to happen. And when you don't have a good read on something, there's really no point. I mean, tomorrow's another day. TTD there, wow, got crushed early there, but now it looks like it's trying to make a move back. This is a day 2 play, right? Trade Desk wasn't yesterday.
It was last
2 nights ago.
It was last night.
It was last night was the report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because and it was also the open. So you know what? It was the big thing for Trade Desk was the CEO bought an actual significant amount of shares.
Oh, right.
And
Earnings
then there was the OpenAI. It was the OpenAI.
But like, talk about a 3-day rule like that. This is earnings right here.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. You know, and then 1, 2, 3, guy discloses, boom. 20% to the upside, right, Adara? What's going on?
I was going to say with the OpenAI story, I think the sentiment of that too is that like TTD usually tanks on any kind of story involving AI and ads. So I think the fact that there's potentially going to be some collaboration, I think that is really what's more bullish here than the fact that like, oh, they might have a deal with OpenAI. I think the context of that, just as someone who's seen this stock tank so many times on these headlines, I think that really is an important distinction, in my opinion, to make.
Okay, so, you know, all these OpenAI little stories that keep popping through, man, you never know what's going to happen with those stocks. I mean, we have another OpenAI story right here with Oracle. This name is trying to get going. It's basically, oh man, that's like, that sound is a bad one.
That's not a good sound.
It's like a bumping and grinding over there. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it sounded like something.
Not the true. Oh man, okay. I gotta have some Tylenol or something.
What do we do?
So Oracle, I just want to say again, just trying to give some trade ideas here for everybody. Look what we're doing on Oracle. We are pretty much just barcoding in between the 200 and the 50 period moving average. This looks like a good short to me if you think the market's going to go down 153.60. We're about 60 cents away from that one. Or if you like the long, like you're setting up for something here and it might coil up and do nothing. But if I look at a 1-minute chart, this is why I prefer the short. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. This is why I prefer the short, 153.50. It's bounced off there a couple times. So I actually like that short back in. So Oracle, another trade idea. Something to look at there as well. Is that ripping up chairs? I don't know what that is.
No, I'm not sure what's going on. They're doing some
Sound
construction, making a nice little room next to us. And
yeah. That's going to be Brendan's podcast room.
There's a door now on the room, but I don't know what that sound was at all. I thought maybe we were going to just stay range bound and like effectively like have the same support. Once you break that resistance, go to the next resistance and then head back down into the low. Amazon didn't do that. So we got out at the local high, but we're not pulling back to reload this 217.20 quarter level. We got to 227, we'd all be really, really happy. But yeah, I'm still gonna wait to give it a chance to revisit the low. The way I see it, if we're just doing this back and forth in the futures, then I want to be, you know, like reload at the price that it worked and not chase the move too far and expect anything bigger. I'm still offering SoFi. Whoops, that's an extra letter. Still offering SoFi to short back into this trend line. So I'm just gonna wait for it. If we stay range bound, then any push up, I wanna fade things on trend or at resistance. And if I find something strong like Amazon, I wanna buy that dip and then go from there. We're about to go into power hour here. Rainmaker, why shouldn't we go into the long grass? Don't go into the long grass.
What's that from?
That's from one of the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay.
Was it the first Jurassic Park that's from? Or is it like the second one? I don't remember.
Is that where like they're in the truck and
no, this is when the Raptors jacked them up.
Okay.
So the Raptors
I think that's drilling into some wood over there. Would be my guess.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's what it sounds like.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Why? But out of what the purpose of it is, I'm not sure. But
yeah, it's what you said. They're building another room over there. Another room over there. All right.
Zen Zombie with the super chat we got.
Oh.
REI is on your watch list. What do we think
Well,
about?
first of all, we have to think about what that stock is.
Well, I can once I type it up. Thankfully, P Pro 8 tells me that it's what is it called?
Ring
it's
Energy.
Ring Energy, and it's on the Amex. See, which I wouldn't have known unless it came up in my drop down. Obviously, I have not looked at it. I guess this is just. It's another small cap energy name, which I suppose had an early run. Here's the like maybe one of these will get like a secondary to go. The reason this looks useless, I'm being real, like pop fade consolidation. But I thought the same thing about Indo, right? And that caught like a little bit of a couple of nasty days because they all did the same thing. They gapped up a few days ago, the start of this week, right? And then you get these bottomings, and then Indo kind of made a bit of a run late as it catches the trade. So if this continues, this whole I suppose small cap energy stock craze where they just start squeezing, anything which is held a local bottom, if the volume gets going, it's probably worth a shot. Like you keep them on your watch list, and then maybe you run into a TPET one day where it just starts going, and it's like, but if it's not on your watch list, like, did you know that it was going to be TPET today and not BATL? Who knew that? Did you know Indo was going to make a comeback today? Who knows? Like, it's just like they're passing the baton from one of these to the other. So having them on your watch list, and when the volume picks up, try to join the trend. This one seemed like it was dead yesterday, and now all of a sudden it's going. So maybe that happens to REI. I just wouldn't know how to guess which one's going to go. So you put them all on a watch list, have some kind of a, 5 or 10 minute average volume or whatever relative volume spike indicator that's on your quote board for those stocks, and when one starts going, maybe you pop over to it if that's your cup of tea. Is it seemingly unpredictable which one you're going to have go next?
Yeah, you never know, and that's why I think we talked about it earlier too. The early bird gets a worm. A lot of trading happening pre 7 a.m. on some of those, more volatile kind of news-based names. Like we had VCIG yesterday that was going crazy, and then it just tanked in the middle of the day. Looks like that silver take on the break of the low of the day, that would have been much better. I mean, the Walmart trade is now in the money, 10 cents, but whatever, we were stopped out and flat on that. But this looks like a good opportunity as well. There was silver, we didn't take it. Remember, we were here when this was happening. I was like, well, if we break that, good little move. We did bounce off 73. Now you're starting to edge down again even more. So yeah, this is looking like it doesn't want to do too much. It's really not broken, this 50 period, for an hour now. So downside on silver. It could be worth a shot here against 50s. Like, I don't think that this is a horrible idea. We did take advantage of Palantir there the last time. See, like, this is just what I'm doing. Like, there's the spike up into the level. We take the fill. So we're just trying to scalp out here. I mean, someone just said power hour doesn't seem very powerful, and agreed. I mean, there's nothing, well, I'm not just going to hit keys just because. We have to look for some opportunities. So this up here, yep, at the 25 period, 73.30s or so. I'm going to put an offer there. We may get it. We'll go to Neil, and then we'll see if we can get that soon.
You just mentioned it's Power Hour, and Power Hour is brought to you today by Beta Pro by Globex, because volatility creates movements, everybody. And for sophisticated traders, that means opportunity. Beta Pro by Globex is offering Canada's first and longest running suite of leverage and inverse leverage ETFs, and they're built for sophisticated traders and investors who understand the risks of that leverage and the importance of precision. The triple leverage bull and bear ETFs tied to the Nasdaq 100 index are specifically designed for daily tactical trades, providing amplified exposure and giving traders tools to engage with both upward and downward momentum. These strategies are currency hedged, seeking to offset US dollar exposure back to the Canadian dollar. For those navigating short-term market moves, up or down, Beta Pro offers the flexibility to act with conviction, whatever that looks like for your individual strategy, objectives, and risk profile. So trade tactically and learn more at betapro.ca. Scan that QR code you see out in front of you. I had my X up, Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, X is fine, Twitter.
And then I don't know, you just reposted something. which then randomly ended up on my page. So you were talking, and I turn, and then all I see is this. Completely randomly.
Okay,
I didn't even know.
Make it big screen.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
What the hell just happened to Walmart, by the way?
Like, who is this
Nothing.
dude?
Okay,
Is this Aid?
I don't know. This come on me. I was just, it was like to think about something. Like, look, this guy's a pizza guy. Look at him, like Sir Italian. He's got a pizza there, and he throws it at the guy, and all of a sudden, like, boom, punch, boom. Anyways, I retweeted it, yeah.
No, I mean, I love that.
That was
kind of
pretty
stuff.
funny, man. I mean, I love that kind of stuff, too. Hence why we did post it up there, but.
Oh, man.
Yeah, funny days.
I can go
there.
for a pizza. Whoa, what just happened in everything? TPET just lost a bid.
This is what I was trying to say before.
They just
like, the
death
market's
spiked this
trying to
thing.
do
So
something.
it's breaking that trend. It actually bounced off it the first time, but it just spiked down. 40 pennies, no halts. Probably bounced off the halt band. I didn't get a chance to see the level 2
come on.
to
This
see
went
if
in
it
the
got
money,
to that
so-
halt band. But what was weird is at the same time, there was like a bit of a volume spike, like up and down VWAP on Amazon as well. But it looks like TPET, that'll be the biggest one. Maybe some of the other, what do we call them, small cap energy runners might have had a bit of a move. So keep an eye. That was a huge sell-off. If this continues, it could be an all-day trend break. I don't think I paid for locates here.
So I just hit that. It's just a new position. We did get that silver fill at 30s, well, 29, sorry. Just came in there. I'm still going to use 50 as an out. I'm not, like, we're just going to put on, like, if we can max, like, we'll have 1 unit, we'll make 1.5 units. And it's just like, if it takes out the 50 period moving average, we haven't done any damage to that basically since in an hour, almost exactly an hour. So if it stops me out when this is happening, then so be it. I'm going to wait till 450s. So the break, okay, get down. I'm taking a bid, by the way. If there it is, right at the lows. If this breaks, we're going to get out at 50. So that gives us about 8 cents worth of a cushion right there. But here we go, man. We're in the money now, 10 cents. So close enough. Let's just see if we can get a little bit lower there on silver. I can clearly hear that my earpiece is working because I can hear everything that Adair is saying. So that's really good. It's just, I'm not hearing any news breaking in my ear about anything. So,
I haven't heard anything.
You know, futures up and down. It almost seemed like this movement, like Adair, there has to be, and we're going to go to Adair right now, but there has to be something there. Like this is one of the biggest spikes we've seen all day in the futures. It goes up and then down. So did you hear anything, Adair? What you got for us?
I mean, I see this stuff sometimes at Power Hour. The one story I do have, though it came out like a minute ago, so very likely not what happened here. China reportedly in talks with Iran to allow safe oil and gas passage through the Hormuz. So again, China and Iran reportedly in talks to allow safe oil and gas passage through the Strait of Hormuz. It's unclear, though, the extent of that. But then that immediately is followed up with more, I guess, back and forth here, for lack of a better term, in Iran. 2 drone attacks target Iranian opposition camp in Iraqi Kurdistan. So there's a fire that's been caused. There are more attacks happening, even if there, again, are potentially reports that China could be talking to Iran to allow safe oil and gas passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Back to you.
Okay, so that easily...
That would make sense.
That would explain why there was a spike. So oil futures would have made a move, and then those, like, those energy names would have made some big-time volume spikes. Did get that, finally got that SoFi pulling back into that trend line. But you know what's here again on the imbalance locator? This is like the 3rd time in a week, I want to say. NU, again, 9 million shares to buy, and it's only 3 o'clock. Also, Archer, 4 million to the buy side as well. ET, I'm not familiar with, energy. Oh, that's Energy Transfer, yeah. So that's 3 million shares to the buy side. Fubo, if anybody cares, 1.3 million. But I think it's going to be new that stands out. This is not the first time that it's had this kind of an imbalance early, and there's a chance this could break out. So I'm thinking along these lines. As long as that imbalance stays or grows, I want to take it breaking through VWAP. So if new breaks through VWAP, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'll probably stop now. If this breaks through the volume weighted average price, so long as that imbalance holds, if I see it get smaller, I don't want it. As long as it stays this size or even grows, I'm taking that break through the volume weighted average price, and we'll see what happens. The idea being, if it comes out with a big buy imbalance and maybe it can just trend into at least 330, at some point, you know, it would turn into a different style of trade if you're trying to hold to the close. This would be just looking at the momentum of the size here.
All right, I feel like we're going to get thrown around here a little bit, so let's not use too many shares. We did get another short there, right at 40s, and went right back into 30s, so we did take another 10 cents. But ultimately, we'll lose there on silver as it finally takes out the 50-period moving average. I was trying to think, like, what is this news about, you know, these ships going through, and what does that necessarily mean for silver right now? And I can't. Okay, we have another story from Madeira, so what's up?
Yeah, I'm hearing reports that a senior White House official has been saying that Treasury will be expected to announce measures as soon as Thursday to combat rising energy prices that could include using the oil futures market. So here's the Nasdaq, a little bit of an uptick, as Sean mentioned, that we've been having since 3 p.m. But again, senior White House official reportedly saying that Treasury will likely announce a measure by Thursday, potentially by today, to combat rising energy prices that could include using the oil futures market. Back to you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not hearing any of that, but that's why we got a Dara right there. So we do flip over into the long, and there it goes. Now we'll take another 10 cents on SLV, but we want to be able to hold. Let's wait to see if we can get back into this area right now, 84s. I'm going to try to use a stop down in and around this 25 marker that we basically were only under there for 5 minutes. So if that wants to stop me out, then so be it, man. I feel like we got a decent trade right now. So here we go. Take another 65 out. There it goes. Let's go. We'll take, actually, no, we'll not take a 69. Let's see if we get a little bit higher. What is that, 85? All right, let's put an offer at 85 now. And again, have the ability to do this. Like, I was short, and this is the thing. Like, we trade here at a prop firm. So the minute the news changes or something changes, I'm like very quick to hop out, change my opinion on something, and try to go. So that's what we're gonna do right there with silver. I think there's nothing more valuable. Yeah, let's go right there, man. Big trade, let's go, silver. Not a big trade, but nice one as we reverse it up. See, so right there, we lost, what was it, 11 or 12 cents? Right now we have a 30-cent winner on. That was a good one. Thanks, Joe. And then look what's happening to Palantir, my guy. There's another one. Bang right now is Palantir going right back up to the upside. That's a $2 winner. And that's off that low. So we'll just take another out right here. And it's not, I just sat there, man. I just had this is a passive order sitting in the book at these highs. Right there. So good job there for anybody that's there. And here we go, Neil. There goes silver finally. Nice move higher. We actually just get an 80 fill as we continue to climb through on SLV. So let's go, man. And I know it's not silver, but this is a tool used to monitor spot silver. And here we go to the upside. It's a great trading tool. 42 million shares, and now we're waiting for 92s to give us 40 cents on the upside here of silver. And then why don't we just let this roll? We are now back to obviously Greensville on silver, looking to make a little bit more though. A nice move higher here. There it is. We get a 90. What was that, 91? So we just get our 91 fill there. And look, what a surprise, man. We're sitting right there at the 200-period moving average. Low of the day up to the 200-period average. Let's see if this is the exhaustion point now for SLV.
SLV is going. Gold is ripping as well. By the way, crude oil futures obviously heading to the downside there on that headline. So be careful if you're in that TPET. It's lost contain. It's lost a bit. And new broke through VWAP. Going to try to hold this till 330. I feel like if it doesn't grow, like if this doesn't grow by 330, then it'll probably be time to wind out, because the last couple of times I don't think it wasn't new that moved on the actual 350 number. So it would trend in the right direction, but at 350, if the imbalance came out, it probably came out smaller or something. So I want to be into the imbalance, not holding through. And then the other, I didn't check Archer for you guys to see if it's also making a move off its buy imbalance. Whoops, that's ACHR. This one's usually in the danger zone, and it's not going. That's the thing. You want it to actually start reacting to the imbalance. It's not doing anything on Archer, whereas new was sliding higher. It's like, okay, well, you could break this trend. You could break into VWAP, so you can show it that it's actually going to go and do a little something. But that TPET it's lost the bid altogether. Bye-bye. So we're going to hold on to at least till 330 as long as it goes on trend on NU. But TPET and probably MobX and all those other ones have really lost the bid here. That's the downside to these names. Like they run up nicely and much better than oil will when the futures are going up, but they'll be much nastier on the way back in. Like TPET was what, a penny stock? It was a 40-cent stock before the Iran invasion. 40 cents. So like it's pulled back significantly, and it's still a quadruple up. Be careful here.
Yeah, you got to be very, very careful with these kind of penny
You can't
stocks.
hold those for a really long time.
No, because you don't know. Here's oil. So Adair brought that story. They're looking to curb the oil price using some sort of futures. I don't know exactly really what that means, but there it is, downside from 82 down to $80. I mean, you could try to curb the price by releasing more oil, making it more readily available, creating more of a supply than demand, but I don't know what they're gonna do. But so there goes the futures. I mean, after just ripping higher, right? I think that President Trump is, as we've talked about numerous times, not just a man of the market, but he's definitely looking at gas prices. I've heard him many times. I mean, he started that State of the Union with something about, I don't know if he started it, but it was definitely mentioned early. And it was talking about how he was just down in the Midwest and it was $1.80 a gallon, or this was that and this was that. And I know with the current gas prices around here that his State of the Union was last week, and maybe we were down here, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I think it was last week, down here at $63 or so, and now crude oil is up to 80. So obviously a lot of that has to do with the actions that the U.S. government has taken in the Middle East. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if oil can get under control. And look, man, you're not gonna, I'm by the way, let's go silver. But XLE has been a really good trade as well. So, I always thought that in order to battle, I mean, XLE is not doing anything right now today, which is kind of strange. It's just oil up. So I guess it's not the oil holders. It's not XOM.
Look, CVX is barely pulling back.
XOM's not doing anything either. And then maybe Occidental. We saw Occidental moving yesterday. I was in Occidental yesterday, and it didn't really do too much. But Occidental also pulling back. So the only reason I'm saying that is like oil's up 7% today, even with this pullback. These names are red today. So, all right, there's silver, man. That's going to be a bang, 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 one in a money bank shot. And, when you lose, man, make your trades look like this. When you lose, Joe and everybody, this is what you want it to look like. And I know that's what you got to do if you're trading a little bit more shares, and no matter what style you're trading, right? If you do, the reason why I say that share thing, it doesn't matter what shares you trade, but you have to understand the P&L effect on your net, because let's just say you're up $100 today, and you're like what I was doing, and you're not that certain about the trade, even if it's an A+ setup, you sort of gotta try to say, where's my out? And like right here, we punched out right there. So I always take the right amount of shares based sort of on where my out is, and think about how much would I lose if that did happen, and am I comfortable doing that? Wow, silver right now. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I had no idea that this silver trade would turn into, this, but it is. So now that we're upside here, we actually have about 35% left of this trade. So let's take another piece out. There it is. We take an 18. We take a 25 right there as it's just elevating higher. So like, you didn't see me sit here and say this is going to be a dollar win or anything like that. We were actually as happy as a pig, and you know what, right here at the 200 period. But there's the extension right now. So just like the Maple Leafs are trying to figure out if they should give Bobby McMahon an extension, this silver trade right here is extending. And I just go like this to all of you, man. That was a great trade. Congratulations if you guys got that. There goes silver. We're getting hyped up right now. Neil's got Nubank. I'm in Palantir. Palantir right now, you want to talk about something else. Palantir right now, $2 in the money, and silver $1. So right there, good little, whoa. We just got V to the WAP right there. Let's go offer that out and get another piece at 74.40s. So there it goes, man, straight upside. Get out of your losers, try to hold on to your winners, and let's see what happens now with silver back up there to the upside.
Nice, because it looks like it might have been the USD, the effect, the Dixie, the DXY, not the Dixie, you know what I mean. It's called the Dixie. Yep. The DXY just put a big turn, not a huge turn, but a big turn outside of the range. But there's a bit of a bottoming tail candle on it. Let me zoom, here we go. Let me zoom that in. Thank you, TradingView. We don't have DXY here on P Pro, so I'm just gonna show you two on TradingView. But the bit of a bottoming tail candle, if it does break out, you might see a little bit of a reversal. Just note that it has been leading some of the metals trade. I can't say all, but definitely some of the metals trade. So I'm going to continue to hold. I got my eyeballs on Archer because I want this. If it does the same thing, ACHR, that we're seeing new do, which is actually break out of this trend, it's only 318. If it can start to go like break out this high, I'd want to jump into VWAP. That's presuming that these imbalances stay. For now, you're still 8 million. News actually slowing down a bit. It's only 8.2, but you got 4 million over here on Archer. So there's a couple of names that are looking pretty good. I don't know what Brooklyn is. I'm gonna call it Brooklyn. Invesco Senior ETF, so that's going to be useless. If it's a, you know, the overall market, the good news for this rally would be that Nvidia is flying. Nvidia did more than just hold 180 bucks. Apparently my mic is a problem. Did more than just hold 80 bucks, now above VWAP, almost going green on the day potentially. As my mic died altogether.
Okay.
All right, take it over. I don't know.
Yep. Okay. All right. We just heard out of there, we did hear some stone cold Steve Austin action over there. So I don't know, Joe, you got something? He's going to put his mic on. He's got something on right now. We'll go over to Joe in just a minute and see what he's doing right there. But yeah, silver upside. We'll get Neil's mic fixed. Thanks for your patience, and as we do that, thanks Fabian for fixing it all for us right there. But yeah, there it goes, FXI. We can look at some FXI. I see some of you talking about that in the chat as well. It's interesting because this is what that move is all about. We'll try to figure out more about this. I don't know if Joe's trade is an oil trade or not, but there goes oil right back down to the downside. All right, he's locked and loaded, Andre. Are you able to do that, Andre, or? Oh, okay, we'll fix it. There it is. What's up?
All right, there we go. I mean, Katina, man, what? Like going long here and then, oh, it's not a long, flip the short right there?
Yeah. I like that one.
Like that, my boy. And then also, how about, I know you were in at 50s. How about that move lower there on the TQs? Reload, boom, boom, boom. What do we do right here on that news? Volume spike. Flip that bad boy long, my boy. So yeah, that's how we rolling, man. That's how we rolling.
There we go. We go awesome, and we do like props up. And I've always said, you know, it's been a really good experience watching Joe sort of come from an options background, as we all know. My mic is now off, or Neil's mic? Okay, Neil, you got to turn it on. It's off. Okay, well, we'll get it all figured out. More super chats will buy some more mics, but no, just kidding. So anyways, at the end of the day, I just want to say, like, you know, shout out to my guy over there, because it does take prop trading, like we're all doing here. Every single trader that you see here at Trader TV Live is trading someone else's money. And I mean, that's going to be a mental change to sitting at home yourself and trading, you know, your own capital. Plus, the other advantage that we have here too is fees, right? Like I can make, like I have over 300 fills today. Like 300 fills, like that's gonna be, 200 fills. That's gonna be a lot, needless to say, okay? But a lot of them are because of this. You know, like this trade alone, I have about 10 or 15 fills, you know, let alone what we did on Nvidia and Palantir. My number might be under that, but those are what you got to look for, and sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. But when you're on a prop floor, we talk about the importance of fee management and risk management, and you know, you do have a stop out, which is actually a good thing, because if you're sitting there trading, you're much more likely to maybe revenge trade, potentially if it's your own capital, while we have a loss limit here that if you lose like 1.5 times your daily loss limit, then you're gonna get stopped out. And that's our software does that in the back end. You know, that one day that I took a $10 million hit, I was stopped out, you know? So you gotta make sure that that doesn't happen to your account, right? And so that was really fun when that happened. But thankfully it was not real money, or else I don't think I'd be sitting here, because then I would lose half my net worth. No, just,
well, the hilarious thing is
that
that
I had
day,
that much money.
No, basically that day, what happened is a bunch of stocks. If it was anything that was halting that day,
I think
everything was screwed up.
Yeah, I actually have.
And so, like, there were like ridiculous. If you were in something at home, the ridiculous prices were printing, yeah. But it could have gone either way. Like some people had these things that showed them in like up tons when they weren't. And then everyone else was like, some people were the other direction. And then sometimes it was nothing. Like I was in one of them and it was nothing. It gave me a price that was actually close to the real.
I would dox everybody, and we have a plan of not showing everything, but I have one with my whole month here. I'm gonna show it to you in a minute, my list, and I'll get it back to you. It's from 22, so let me go over to Adara, and then I'll screen cap this and see if I can get it so I can show this better to you. Okay, let's go over to Adara.
I'll be brief because this isn't news, but it is related to news. I thought I'd have a chance to show this in the midday, but we never got to talk about Robinhood. So I'm going to show it now because I had a lot of fun making this, and I do think it's kind of important to break this down for you guys. Before I get into this, I do want to mention I'm just seeing a story on Boeing. Wall Street Journal reporting that the U.S. is to seek more Chinese purchases of soybeans and Boeings. So Boeing jets and soybeans, I guess, are on the U.S.'s list of things they want China to purchase. make of that story what you will, but that is what I'm just seeing coming through from the Wall Street Journal. Let's talk about this Robinhood. Let's talk about this Robinhood Platinum card here, because here's the breakdown. So you're going to get roughly $3,000 worth of credits per year. The math on this, like I added to get to the 3,000. They said it was 3,000. It comes to $3,003. But all of these numbers are provided on their website, so I didn't come up with these out of nowhere, just to let you guys know. So you're going to get a $300 travel credit with that $695 a year Platinum card. You're going to go to hotel credit, $500. Priority Pass valued at roughly $469. And then here's the thing. This one's interesting. Global entry and TSA pre-check, that's a $120 credit over 4 years. So it's like $30 a year, but I put the 120 because that's what they have written there. You're gonna get an autonomous vehicle ride credit at roughly $250. Same for the restaurant credit. DoorDash credit coming in at $370. This is kind of split a couple different ways. I would recommend reading on their website for more info. But you also get that Aura Ring membership, though the membership requires that you buy the ring with your Robinhood cards. You do have to spend more money to take advantage of that credit. Yeah, tons of credits here. They partnered up with both the Amazon, DoorDash, and Aura for this. I will drop this link in the chat in case you guys want to see it. But interesting look, if you're curious about what that Robinhood Platinum card entails, I certainly was. And here's a fun little Robinhood colored visual to look at it. Back to you.
Or a membership, that's 70, you have a...
According to their like on their website, they say it's valued at $70, but that doesn't include the purchase of the ring, Sean,
Right.
which, as I mentioned, you have to buy yourself on their card.
But that's
so it's
also,
really weird.
Is that, I don't know how much the membership costs. Is that yearly or that's...
This is like what the value is per year. And this is just what they, like, again, this is off their website. I was looking into this stuff because I was curious, but once it was on their website, I was like, I'm just gonna go with their numbers.
Oh,
that was really fast talking.
Sorry.
Right there. No, you're excited, so I like it. All right, guys, here we go. Look, I just got it. This is my $10 million loss. So can we zoom in on this somehow? I don't know how to make it any bigger for everybody here because I can't do that much. But I just want to show you, so here it is. This is on August the 17th of 2022. Right there, I lost this is minus. I lost $500. Then the next day, I lost $156. This is 4 years ago. These are many trades I made. Right into here. Then I made $208. So, kind of normal kind of stuff right there. Remember, this is 2002. And then the very next day, I lost $10 million. So that's why we're still making that back. So we gotta work on that. But no, to Neil's point there, I kept my trade list there for the month, and I just didn't want to show you the rest of the month, but in there. So obviously that got fixed, and I just want to show it's more just funny than anything else. It's not. I just wanted to show it to you because we were just talking about. Thanks, Andre, for that. And it's just so that was exactly what Neil said. Was where I was short, let's just say 1,000 shares of AMC, and then it got halted, and then as soon as it got halted, somebody in the back office or the software flattened me out. And when a stock is halted, there's no liquidity. So someone was probably sitting way up there.
And it just matched them.
Yeah, it was probably $3 was AMC at that day, and I got matched 1,000 shares at $300 or something like that. So it was what the hell? So I sat there and looked at it and basically projectile vomited all over the screen, and then I realized what had happened, and we were okay.
Well, but in a real sense, because it actually was on the system, it does trigger.
I mean, everybody's got to lose at least $10 million once in their life.
At least once.
So a bucket list. It's checked off there.
It was one of those it's all well and good because you can laugh about it after.
Yeah.
Right before we go to Adara, Archer did make the trend break. So much like New, it finally broke the trend. It's still a buy and balance of 4 million. New is still an 8 million buy and balance. So kind of working its way into VWAP. And then NU, this one is getting close to the top. So I'm just looking for it to get back in the top of the opening range. This one also broke trend on that buy and balance. I just want to play the move. I'll probably be out of this. I said till about 330 if it doesn't grow, and it's actually getting a little bit smaller because the last time it didn't move on the actual 350 number. So we'll just take the scalp from VWAP if we can get it. And let's go to Adara again at the desk.
I have news for you guys, and it involves some of these drone plays. UMAC, Unusual Machines, and RCAT, both on watch, seeing reports suggesting that Pentagon will be ordering 30,000 one-way drones over the next few days. Furthermore, UBE are on watch. This company reportedly posting a job posting suggesting it's actually ready to test driver and courier subscription packages in a more broad way. They've already kind of tested this model in India. I'll take a look at Boeing as well because I mentioned this story briefly, not moving too much, but BA on watch. after the Wall Street Journal reports that the U.S. is going to be seeking more Chinese purchases for soybeans and Boeings. Back to you.
Beans and Boeings, definitely a good call there.
Rice and beans today?
Yeah, Dara. We got out there at VWAP where we're just getting out of more silver right now. If it breaks 73.90, we gone. So let's adjust our stop right now from a 15-cent hit into hopefully what's going to be minimum a 60-cent win. So we'll just go here 70. I'm not sure I put the right price. 73. Let's go 84, give or take. We'll go offer enter on that one. A break right there of your 25 period and the 200 period gets me out of the rest of that trade. Palantir still $2 in the money as Alex Karp and company get that stock rolling again here today. Still down, but nice move off that low. We'll do the same kind of a trade now because we're getting closer to the vaunted rebalancing and there's not a rebalance day, but these stocks will rebalance based on whatever happens at 350. There'll be an up and down movement based on market on close order types. So that's 150. Okay, well here it is. I just got to make sure. You can't have two stop orders out here. 151.69. I'll put that stop in and push offer enter, and we just got to make sure that it accepts in our blotter, and it does. So okay, looks like we're gonna get stopped out pretty soon. Wow, that was easy. Props it up there. Okay, we put our stop order in, and yeah, it executed correctly.
I meant to do this earlier.
Okay, what do you got going on?
A bunch of people this morning when we were talking about SoFi were asking if SoFi was getting added to the index. And so, I apologize, I meant to get to this. You can always just go to Kalshi, and this has been pretty accurate as to who's gonna get, there it is. Where'd my mouse go? There we go. They've been really, really accurate as to who's gonna be next. Right now it's Vertiv at 68%, and this will be Q1, obviously, so end of this month. And SoFi is sitting in second at 25%. So yes, there seems like there's a chance. MicroStrategy seems to always be there, and a firm drawn coming in at 3%. So yeah, it's right now Vertiv looks like it would be the most likely. And this is not to say that Vertiv is getting added. It's just that all of last year, no matter what you thought, the betting, like the prediction markets, generally speaking, had it right. Each time somebody did get added, it tended to be somebody that was number 1 or number 2 on the list. And I don't really know Andy Lamb Holdings, whatever that is, but Vertiv, possibly SoFi. I think they have a really good shot this year to get added to the S&P 500. And hopefully that will get that stock out of the malaise that it's in. But you know what? Probably turns All right.
Oh boy. Okay.
Richard's trying to go into VWAP here. Sorry about the mic, guys. My bad.
Big Bear AI, you might be looking at your accounts being like, wow, the market's down today. I wish I had a stock that was up. Well, props up to anybody that have bought some Big Bear AI over the last couple of days. I mean, it's not like it's doing much, but up 5%. And shout out to Chris Arthur there in the chat and says, what about this $4 mark? It seems like they're holding it down. And I was like, well, they're not going to hold it down for very long. And it looks like they just broke it through, but you still have some. When I made that comment, I actually didn't look and see the chart. Looks like we have a, zoom out issue here because we've already been to this 402, happened almost immediately off the open, and we faded out since then. So let's see if it can hold that. Remember, this is about a 20 to 25% short float. Plus, they just had earnings. They did not turn EPS positive. That's what I was willing to do, was going on Big Bear AI long. And if that happens, then good. We'll see what the kick out is for that one. All right, so not much going on right now. I mean, this is why it's very, very tough sometimes to predict what this market's going to do. And what I mean by that is you see the futures, like we talked about it, and I was like, wow, the futures have got no volume down here. It doesn't look like anything's going to be happening. And look to fade off that top. Well, it worked the first time, and then we got that story of oil and curbing and all that kind of stuff. And Curb Your Enthusiasm, that's one thing I never really watched, but I do like it. Remember we said, like,
be smooth.
Can we get to 25,000? Yeah, I mean, that's exactly where VWAP is, and that's where we may be fading off right now. With more time in the day, I would probably think that this is going to be a short, but remember, new news just delivered now, and that was regarding the oil market. And if that's going to pull back, I still feel like the oil market is having such a major effect right now on a lot of the economics of the S&P 500, and huge move up for oil as of late. You're up $65, up to $80 there. President Trump says that's no good and is going to be looking at the, I guess, Department of Energy or whatever, and try to figure out how to curb this. And they said they're going to use oil futures to do that. So potentially, I'm not sure we'll hear the plan tomorrow or tonight or whenever that's released, but it's created a move down and a move up in the futures as, you know, again, the raw input of oil, if it comes down, you're going to see a boon to businesses, you know, like jets or anything like that, which is the jet. I don't mean the jet, I mean airlines, the jets ETF right there, catching a little bit there. That makes a little bit of sense. And any other name that has a lot of production, right? I mean, oil is still massively used. We don't need to tell everybody that. So, yeah, oil, a good name there to look at. And, you know, an XOM or something was already heading lower on the day. And, you know, you do see a little bit of a move and now some settling down. So until we hear exactly what's going on, probably a nothing burger. But we'll see tomorrow what the reaction to oil is, or overnight. I mean, it's trading all day. So watch out for oil. You can trade different ETFs on Blue Ocean. Yeah. Things like that.
Speaking of tonight, and hopefully my mic is better right now. Speaking of tonight, we have some earnings tonight, believe it or not. Ooh. Well, I know of at least one, and I'm sure Darren knows all of the other ones, but it's your homie, Marvell. But do we have any expected
Somebody might have
moves?
a graphic out.
I'm working on them right now. 9.3% Marvell. IoT at 4:10 p.m., 11.4%. Costco, 2.8%. Gap, 10.5%. I'm currently working on this calendar. I will send it out in the chat once it's posted.
Yeah, Costco 3%. That's what I figured. If Costco's not a mover, Marvell will be. IoT, that's a name that you like, actually.
Love IoT, yeah.
So they're going to be reporting after the bell. Just a quick update. It is 3:30. Neither of these is actually growing. They're actually very stagnant. Every single update, New stays at exactly 8.2. Archer stays at exactly 3.9. There are no index actions on either one of these two, so they're completely. I'm double checking. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing. So we're not expecting them to be big, which means take it out going into the imbalance. So I'm looking to get this all out at VWAP on Archer, and I have one last ditch to get out of NU. If it can just press through 90, maybe that's even too much. So far, both of these have managed to go up, but I'm not really I think they're going to come out probably smaller and do nothing because it's very stagnant in here. And I also wanted to remind everybody, I know it's been a slow IPO market. Where's my IPO page? But we got a couple. We got one tomorrow, nice. And that's it's not MindMed, it's MMED, Mini Med Group. It's 900 million size. And then next week, because obviously I get to miss this one, PayPay Corp is 1.2 billion. So we like them when they're over a billion. That should be, I guess the 12th would be what, like the middle of the week? So probably like Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't think it was very good, man.
Well, either way, we have a couple next week. And then there's, you know what? They've finally slowed down on the SPACs. There's been a bunch of SPACs, it seems like, every single week. I think there's only been a couple. I think they're realizing they were all terrible. Like, all these SPACs are opening up under $10. I'm like, the structure of a SPAC guarantees you at least $10. Because when they find a deal, you can say no and get your $10. So the fact that people are buying these at like $9.95, usually they'll open at like $10.05 or $10.10 or $10.20 or some nonsense. And go up or down, do what they do. If you only want to pay the $10 for them, that's how bad they are. So, yeah. Can you tell I don't like SPACs? I don't mean to be that guy. It's just the performance of them is not very good.
No, it's not good at all.
And I'm not saying IPOs have been fantastic either. There's been a lot of really garbage IPOs in the last year. If you bought it on the opening day, you've been rinsed on a lot of them. But, you know, I'm going to venture to say the performance of IPOs is better than SPACs.
Maybe yeah, depending. I mean, yeah, you're going to pick and choose all of those, but I would think that that's right. I mean, speak about a IPO kind of gone wrong. StubHub down another 12% today. Yeah, just like you can resell tickets on Ticketmaster very, very easily. And I don't really, no, but SeatGeek goes against what I was trying to say because I'm just going to say, like, Ticketmaster is the resource. Like, when you Google something, if you were to Google whatever tickets you want, it's probably going to take you right to Ticketmaster anyways, and then there you're going to see the secondary market. Now, are there things like Vivid Seats, SeatGeek, StubHub, and all that? Sure, there are. But it's like, it's just a battle to zero. That's all that it is. Who can reduce their fees the lowest? Who can get the most eyeballs to their site, which, of course, includes business advertising money that has to go to Google or, YouTube, which would be Google, or anywhere that you're paying to get exposure. So I think it's a race to the bottom for a lot of these guys. And you know, Ticketmaster gets listing fees and all that when the concert first starts. You know, shout out to Live Nation, which has been ripping people off for a very, very long time. And Ticketmaster's all part of that. And StubHub, you had your chance to shine, and you do that. Like during COVID, when everybody was going everywhere, and still now, concerts are very, very popular, but Ticketmaster, you know, for most, the only thing good that you can't do on Ticketmaster is some concerts or whatever, they'll have rules about, you know, selling your tickets too close. Like I remember for Oasis, whatever, we went to the concert, of course, but, you know, you couldn't even list your tickets until about a week or two before the event. So they don't actually give them to you, so you're not able to put them on Ticketmaster. So if you were looking to sell, you would have to go to the secondary market like a StubHub or something like that. And so anyways, there they are down today, down another 12% and really breaking, man. Like this is at the bottom, and you throw your hands up and be like, that's an L. Like hopefully we can hold it out for those of you that own it, but I don't love the business model there. I'm pretty sure that's for sure, I should say. Okay, man, Neil's just getting his mic all fixed up here as we replace some batteries and get that going. It looks like we will potentially get a new microphone, but we're gonna try to fix the ones that we do have. And believe it or not, man, like each one of these microphones is a couple grand, like they're not cheap, and we try to do the best for everybody, and sometimes they fail.
That's why they don't let us walk out with them.
Half a band?
Am I allowed to talk again?
5 bills? Oh.
Huh?
Just for this. Oh, just for that. Yeah.
I can talk again.
You just say we have one of these little things here. Sennheiser. So those of you that know anything about microphones, this is what we have.
Oh, this is Sharif's mic, apparently.
Oh, that's why. So you probably have a faulty, you probably dropped this thing too many times.
I didn't drop my mic, man.
Okay.
You know, so the thing that I'll actually do is accidentally rip out the earpiece thing. Because I'm plugged in. This is what I do.
Yeah, no, that's why I can't use the
It's this one. But then it's not that big of a deal if this rips out because this is cheap. Right? But I use an earpiece that I plug in. That's what I'll usually do. But you know, because we're not 8 minutes until the imbalances come here, everybody. Please.
Too cold, but I'm just gonna.
Oh, now they're saying my mic is louder than. So if it's set to Sharif probably doesn't.
Oh, come on, Randy.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win nothing, man. Please play again.
Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow, because you're not gonna get another one today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna make you this bet.
What, you're gonna roll it up?
I'm gonna physically, trust me, you're gonna buy it. It's the same one whoever buys it. But I'm gonna roll it up, not you, and then you're gonna win.
Perfect.
That's what's gonna happen.
You can roll them up from now on.
That'll be the good.
Neil, don't worry about it. Here, I mean, I was giving Neil my mic. I'll just get out of here. I mean, that's fine for me. Okay. All right, just real quick, man. Just some more outs here on silver. We are moments away from the imbalances. Let's have a quick little look at those. Not very smart or wise to take a trade. We've talked about this, heading into the imbalances, unless there is some sort of a spike, like, again, like we get some news from oil or something that comes out. This is what's looking like on the imbalance locator. I will immediately, so there's, just to give you guys a look, you can screen cap that. You do whatever you want with that. All right, but it's gone now. So I'm gonna go over here. This is, again, morning movers. This is from Adara. All I'm at is the Trader TV research page. So you definitely wanna go check that out. Yes, check it out, people. Adara spends probably admittedly a lot of time on this, and there is nothing wrong with that, and we appreciate it. And look at this, man. Here is the best earnings calendar around. Not only does it have earnings, but it also has the economic data and key releases. So I didn't even remember Rivian's moving. Okay, we'll go over that in a second. But anyways, go over to Trader TV Research. I'll put this because we're going to go over to Rivian as soon as Neil's. I guess your mic is probably fine. I'll put that in the chat. You guys can go look it out. Costco, Samsara, Marvell, all three names that I own. And then tomorrow, non-farm payrolls, 8:30. So that should be a big one there tomorrow. But what you got on Rivian over there?
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk, so it's doing a move to the upside. It's doing the YMCA, whatever. Someone's saying, Neil, you should do sign language. Don't know it. Probably would be cool to learn, but there's probably some kind of an app for it. No, Rivian did spike about 15, 20 cents or so, but there's no balance on it, no news that I was able to see. Like if you saw it show up on the early look, then that would be magic because it's a Nasdaq stock. So these are all New York, so it couldn't have been an imbalance. But we'll keep an eye on Rivian. I didn't hear anything. I just saw a bit of a volume spike. So maybe Randy went in and bought some shares. I don't know.
He did not.
No, it's not. He said he's not interested in buying. Okay, so
Correct.
I think news done. We have 5 minutes to imbalances. It's starting to pull back in. I'm just going to punch out. The idea was to hold it till 3:30. It didn't grow. It stayed the same size. Actually, it's back up to 8.9 million, but effectively the same thing. So we got the early look at this at 3 o'clock, and then it just simply broke the volume-weighted average price. ACHR is going to be a similar story. The imbalance came out. It broke a little bit of a consolidated bottom. It's stalling in front of VWAP. I might take this one out too. I'll just put a trailing stop on this one, and then we'll work to see. What I was gonna ask before my mic was crapping out when we were talking about the earnings names, was I wanted to have a discussion on Marvell because we got that Nvidia headline. We had that huge turnaround in the chip names. Like Marvell went from holding support at 78 to like dropping a couple of bucks here. Good valuation, literally consolidating for what, 3 weeks, a month now, doing absolutely nothing. This one, I think, first of all, I think it's going to have the biggest percentage move, but no one else is really reporting, so that doesn't really say much. You feeling green?
No, Samsara will have a bigger move.
I forgot about my bad.
Yeah, you might not know that.
Oh, my bad, IoT. Okay, fair enough.
That's going to be a big
But what I was going to ask you is, which way do we like it?
Long? What do you mean? What question is that?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to make the.
No, because they're
I
very.
thought, no, but I like SoFi.
similar
I thought SoFi would go down on earnings. We both did.
Okay,
Sometimes you can like a stock and still think it's going down on earnings. We thought that as SoFi.
Yeah, but I mean, for SoFi, okay, SoFi. But I was going to say like Broadcom, and the only reason I say that is Broadcom is a very, very similar business.
Right.
But Marvell is much cheaper on a PE basis, and Broadcom gets a little bit more love from the street. But I really do think that. Marvell does have the ability to do this. Photonics, we talked about the wires, wireless connectivity and wired connectivity in these racks and for these GPUs. Marvell does have a good opportunity to do something similar to what, and it's just an opportunity. I mean, I can't, I don't know anybody there. If I did, I mean, it wouldn't be the right thing to do is ask them about earnings. But $76, yeah, it's a problem because of what's happening in the space right now. But, it's similar to our guy NVIDIA where it's just been kind of only had a few pops. This pop was actually on SoftBank considering buying Marvell out. So that was a nice spike up to 102. We took advantage of all this. My last fill is down here long. We actually waited. We took some before earnings last time, and then it dropped 17%. Or that was 2 times ago. We didn't do it the last time. Then we bought 3-day rule to give us a better average price. And then we were able to get some out around this area here. Then that next time when it spiked, we were able to get something out about $100. And you guys know that because I've been sort of pumping the tires of Marvell for a minute. So every time it spikes up, you guys are asking me. So I think that's a good question to see where it's going to go tomorrow. And I wish I sort of knew the answer, but I would say long. I just saw what Broadcom did and liked that. But not buying any more heading into it, that's for sure. Got another piece out there on silver. So it just went up to 74.30. Our stop is still here. If we break lower, we're going to get out. But so far, so good here on SLV.
Yes, sir. Only 2 minutes to go till the imbalances come out here. I just saw someone mentioning Kroger, a strong day today, up 5%. Not too bad. There's not a bad looking chart for you. See, when things break trend, they can look really good. Like it basically gives you this really good channel. There you go. And then once it breaks that little down channel, the overall direction has been to the upside, so it takes another leg higher. Gotta like it for sure. And with 2 minutes, Ali, here's one for you. Ali with a great question. We talk about the imbalances every single day. And so asking what they are, perfectly valid. But I can do you one better. Instead of me giving you a long explanation for it, I can tell you on our page, if you literally search Trader TV Live and imbalance locator, you will find an in-depth video explaining it, which is much better than me rambling for a minute here trying to explain it to you. Which I could, but believe me, watch that video, it's much better. I think it might have been you and Arun, and I don't even think I was on it.
Okay.
But either way, it's
still available. You just got to go to our site and search it, right?
Yeah, you can just search it in Google, man. Just go to YouTube and search it, Trader TV Live and Imbalance Locator, and you should be able to find the video. And it's a good explanation. Basically, just for the very quick.
Look, I found it. Neil. So Neil goes, it was me and Arun.
No, there's more than one then. I swear there's
What's wrong with your eyes here, man?
Why are my eyes bloodshot red in that?
No, there's like a little yellow eye. They look like you have jaundice.
Yo, who did me wrong in that picture, first of all? Okay, well, fine. Maybe I'm in the video.
And look at the hair there, too. Wow, okay, this must be...
There's no gray in that.
This is like 10 years ago.
And there's no gray?
10 plus years ago. Right here, so here's Trader TV Live. Yeah, there it is, Neil. Oh, there's me. This is what I used to look like, by the...
Why did I think Arun did one then?
Oh, that's right. I'm on low quality over here.
Yeah, you gotta
put this up a little bit. I want to see this handsome gentleman. There we go. This is when we were sitting in different spots, of course, and we're going over the imbalance locator. So I'll put this YouTube thing in here. Can't get demonetized over here. Like Sharif, man. Sharif shows his own video, then demonetizes us and collects the check. I love that.
No, but we knew it would happen because he had the stupid music playing.
I know, I'm just playing. But anyways, this is what we're doing. We're talking all about the imbalance locator. Oh, there's Brendan. Even more of an explanation at the end of the video as well about the imbalance locator. Look at this kid. This guy looks like a young little kid over here, Brendo. When was this? Brendan honestly looks pretty young. That's only 5 years ago. There's Brendan.
I mean, only 5 years ago. It's like,
is that a long time ago?
We've only been doing this 6 years, so I guess we did this early.
Anyways, there's the imbalance locator. I'm going to actually put that back. It's already, my computer,
350.
Look at this. 1 minute of me putting this on 1080, and it's already not working. That's how slow. Okay, let's go over to Neil because the imbalance locator is now
So
open.
NU comes out smaller than expected, so it was supposed to be 8.9, came out 6.5. MDLN with a big imbalance there. The Medline was 4 million to the buy side. Apple 2.5 million. Nvidia 2.5 million. Netflix 1.7 billion. So we're buying imbalances here, obviously. JLD is 1.2. Cisco is 1 million to the buy side. See if we can't find any few other ones. Alphabet, that'll be 900,000. The overall market's got to be big. The Mag 7 is 1 billion total. It looks like. So yeah, big buy imbalances on Netflix, Apple, and Nvidia. All of them looking good. Archer came out as nothing, so I just punched out of it. But it still, the early look gave us a bit of a run, and we're going to the desk with Adara.
Yeah, just be aware here, guys. This came out a while ago. No initial move on this, but it has moved a little bit since. I'm seeing this circulate again, so I'll bring it up. The Interior Secretary Doug Burgum apparently said that the U.S. is considering using emergency powers for the Sable oil project, including potentially the Defense Production Act. Sable Offshore here, SOC, of course. They are Sable. They are moving on this story. That, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum indicating U.S. could be using emergency powers for this company's oil project. Back to you.
I liked having no gray hair. Easy Peasy fires a super chat off. It's the 0.2% 1K. What is RODE? Oh, road. Oh, I'm so used to tickers that I'm not even realizing. Road Nvidia up. Called it a day. Not Sean? What is that supposed to mean? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe because I did not call it a day. I don't know. But we have a
I can't believe I couldn't even read road because I'm thinking it had to be a ticker. I'm like, what the heck ticker is RODE?
Yeah, road. Is that the right way to spell that? Rode it all day long? Yeah. I don't know. That's an interesting. Yeah, I've never really
road
thought about that. Yeah, but it's not RO80. That's the road with all the potholes in it.
Which is all the roads in Toronto.
Here in Toronto, of course.
Basically. Seriously, it's bad.
All right, so let's just I wrote a video up with you, then you write it down because you cashed out. Okay, shout out, easy peasy, man. Props up for that one. Yeah, Nvidia, like I was saying, man, I mean, I didn't make $2,000 on it today or anything like that, but yeah, there was the short there, and there's whoosh, all the way to the downside, and there's our cover. I don't know if you can see it. It's right into here, the cover. And, you know, there's one short there, there's the cover there. And then we did, you know, short, and short again. So those were the two shorts early, 3 short, and then this one back in, and then a little cover when we broke that 180.50. Good cover and good job, easy peasy right there. Okay, more explanation. Thank you so much. I mean, look, you know, honestly, man, you are just really, like, we have to give a big shout out because you've donated, I think, every day exactly what you've said. And take a day off, my guy, but sounds like you're doing good. So congratulations on that one. And yeah, you know what about if you wanted to do it? I mean, you could even super chat or not do that in the morning and let us know some of the plays you're thinking about, because it seems like you're doing quite well. And a lot of our viewers probably would like to participate in those trades with you. So.
Well, because I see, like, easy peasy, we all log in before the stream starts, right? So like we're all here a little bit earlier, and there's good conversation about like what people are doing. It's a good time to throw stuff in there. Zen Zombie, oh shoot, did we miss a super chat, Zen? I'll look for it because you're asking if anyone answered your super chat. So I will search. I didn't think we missed one, but I'm gonna scroll. Zen Zombie.
We had.
Oh, I missed Sharif earlier, but did he ever get his monitoring program for the stocks running for everyone yet? I'm going to. Okay, so I'll admit I don't know anything about this.
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Maybe Joe.
Joe.
So this question, someone just asked Sharif, did he get his monitoring program for the stocks running for everybody yet? So he doesn't know that either. We'll ask Sharif tomorrow morning.
Joe sits beside for 3 hours every day and has no idea.
Sorry, man. I knew.
But it was Joe, actually. Joe was working on
Joe has a
something
program
on
I know he
TradingView
does,
as well. So, but I haven't heard he'd mention that in a minute either. So anyways, the whole thing is that with programming becoming easier and easier, this thing. Yeah, bytes to bucks. Amazing. Things that this midday shows, things that are from our flagship show.
Hold on a second. No, that got made years ago before those guys. We made that for another reason, and they're just repurposing it for that. No, because we were gonna have a segment with the algo room guys.
Right.
That never happened. We built a thing for it,
Yeah,
and now we're
legit.
just using it for that.
That's legit. I do remember that. Okay, so just real quick, man. I mean, it looks like right now, anyways, let's see what winds up happening, but it looks like Nvidia, they're just gonna take a 183 almost all the way back. This is, again, a little bit of a problem if you're thinking about shorting Nvidia. Tomorrow's a new day, and market's gonna be flat, or not flat, down 0.39 right now. ES down 0.6. Nasdaq, big rally back right there. What's the number one reason for this? We can check out Apple. Wow, Google's at 300, man. This one, interesting play. I'm waiting for 280. That's probably way too low of a trade for Google. We'll see if that comes through, though, eventually. Tesla back above 400, so that's nice to see. And back above 400, oh my God. I hope you guys on the midday or whatever, I mean, it didn't really get down there until about 1:30, but look at this. How good is this, man? I'm sitting here on Palantir. Why don't you guys tell me about this one right here? Nice move there for Tesla down at $4. Man, I would have loved to have that show up on some sort of a scanner, just bouncing off of $4. We talked about key levels over and over and over again. Tesla this afternoon just gave you that so many times. Shout out to the gentleman in the chat that goes, RCAT. Yeah, you are right about RCAT there. Nice move up 2.6%. It's funny because this morning, Mitch said, and again, not whatever, everybody can make their calls, and this is what it is. He said, pay attention to Katos, and hopefully he meant shorted. I'm not sure. I don't think he's in the chat right now. He was in the chat earlier. He put some lists there today. He said, watch out for Katos, RCAT, AVAV as well was one of his names today. So I have to apologize and go back and think about what exactly he was talking about, but all the names are down there. RCAT and AVAV, a nice little move higher into the close, but all these sort of robotics and this style of play.
The defense.
Are getting trimmed out a little bit there today. So kind of a good look there. I just wish I remembered which direction it was because they sort of crapped right off the open. So if it was short, shout out to that as well. And then I thought maybe Amazon could have been the reason for this. Yeah, so 220, wow. Okay, tomorrow's trade today, Amazon short 220 tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I didn't even see Amazon did this morning, by the way. And when I saw it at 218, 219 there, I was like short 220. And there it comes in again, like another example of an all-day play that does not get back to its high, that bounces off a very, very key level there. And I wrote down Amazon today as a long at 211 to 210. That didn't hit. So we do rip all the way up, so the long was right, but the price wasn't. The price is wrong. B something. Shout out to, we're getting bad rain. It's supposed to be happening soon. Downside there, 220 down into 216 there. Shout out to Bob Barker, man. What a legend. That guy was. And of course, as we shout out, the price is right with Drew Carriage. Yeah, so that was an interesting one to watch out for. RCAT, Katos, and all the robotics names.
Yeah, all of those names getting trounced for sure. With 90 seconds to go, there's not really much happening yet, but most of those imbalances paired off at 355, so there's not much to watch going into the close. Obviously tomorrow we'll be talking about Marvell and IoT. There was Gap is one of the other ones. That's the one we didn't talk about. Apparel names are on the move. And Gap is also going to be reporting. Finally, you can just type in GAP. I don't know why it wasn't always just Gap as the ticker. It should never have been GP. Uh-oh, daily chart's not going to load. So I'm going to go to eSignal. That's why sometimes having a backup is good. Shout out to you, eSignal. As a few earnings names, nothing as big as Broadcom, but there should be some movers. Gap's actually been relatively strong. Nice little bull flag on the daily. That's what I wanted to show you. But I figure I'm probably going to be most interested in the chip name, right? Like that's where the volatility is going to be. So Marvell is going to be on tap after the bell. I think Adara said the expected move was on Marvell.
9.3%.
I was going to say 8, so 9% on Marvell. Oh, and Costco. But Costco, 3% expected move. That's kind of a nothing burger. Costco, great company, great stock. Just don't expect it to do much on earnings. It doesn't ever do a heck of a lot. Explosion, man, I don't know. There's been so many of these types of headlines. Like, what are you going to do? They've been going through all day, unfortunately. So more explosions heard in parts of Tehran.
All right, 10 seconds left. Open Door 517. Want to thank Beta Pro, 3 times daily levered ETFs, for sponsoring this last hour of the show, and the closing bell, 2 and 1. So yeah, again, man, like very, very good day overall in the market for a lot of different trade opportunities. I think that's all you're looking for when you are a trader. You're looking for those opportunities. I'm actually offering 30s here. Hopefully we get a fill on this SLV and we'll be out of it there at the end of the day. So good trading over there. We will look to see if Marvell, I don't know if it's 405 or, there we go, we just got filled.
Okay, so
Downside play there on the imbalances. We'll wait to see what Marvell can do. And that should be exciting. So we'll check that out tomorrow. So you're welcome. Andrew says, thanks, Neil, Adara, and Sean. You're welcome. I think we had a great closing trade. Couple trades there, man. We ran Palantir. We didn't get it out at VWAP. I mean, I didn't realize it was going that high, but a good little trade started at 130. We talked about that one. Good move upside there. We got in and out of Walmart, and it turned out to be fine. That trade was whatever. And then the bigger one there, SLV. We shorted it, then we went long, and boom, all the way there. Nice trade to end of the day for me on SLV. We'll be back tomorrow, and thanks for all the super chats, for everybody that participated today, man. We're back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. So Nasdaq finished today down 0.4, ES down 0.6.
Yes, sir. And like we said, Marvell will be a fun one tomorrow for sure. Thank you very much, TT Mas. You're loving the show. Hopefully tomorrow will be just as good. We know it will be, and we want the market to go up, but
Friday, finally.
You can still trade it in either direction. That's the fun part about those markets. And why not? Why not put a poll? If anybody votes no,
poll
then
right now?
Put the fail. Come on, everyone's going to vote yes. Everyone's going to vote yes, whether it was a good show or not. So we have a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm in a really good mood because the Bills got a wide receiver. Finally, the excuses, well, not all the excuses are gone, but I'm pretty happy about that. So look, tomorrow, guys, there's going to be a lot of action for sure. So make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock. I want to give a big shout out to the team for fixing the mic issues, because that was a bit of an issue there. And apologies for all the sound problems. But thank you, Adara. Thank you, Sean. Thank you to the Midday boys. Joe was here a second ago. Now he's gone. Thank you, Sharif, Andre, Fabian, Ramin, who's sick, and Brendo.
Joe went to the store to buy more mics.
And shout out to Mitch. Thank you for coming on once again. We got him back. We'll see you at 8 a.m. We're Trader TV Live. Peace.